The following is a production of Hometown and Home Country Radio Sports.
We've never seen a team like this before, ladies and gentlemen. After all this time, Bishop Garrigan is still golden. Bishop Garrigan has finally slain the Newell Fonda Dragon. Your Golden Bears are state champions for the second year in a row. Bartolo, deep heave. Oh, she hit it from just inside of half court. That is unreal. That is unreal. Are you kidding me? Right side to Montag, releases a tray, rattles it in. Zoe Montag is a huge shot, and Garrigan's up by 5. Three-pointer is blocked at the buzzer, and that's it. After coming so close the past 2 years, Bishop Garrigan has finally won it all.
Video streaming on the Algona Radio YouTube channel is brought to you by Algona Municipal Utilities, community owned for community benefit. Kemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. PMC Advantage Insurance Services, having the advantage makes all the difference. And Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident. Now, here's Hometown and Home Country Radio Sports Director, Tyler Lance.
And we are live from Bishop Garrigan High School, where a red-hot, three-point shooting Bishop Garrigan team tries to cool off the Newman Catholic Knights, who come in on a 5-game win streak. Good evening, everyone. Tyler Lance with you tonight on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. And tonight, it's top of Iowa West against top of Iowa East as the 11-2, number 4 ranked in 1A Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears take on the 9-2 Newman Catholic Knights. These two teams quite familiar with each other. They always play in the non-conference portion of the schedule, and both teams in contention for their respective conference titles. Right now, Bishop Garrigan 1 game behind Forest City in the loss column at the top of Iowa West. Right now, Newman Catholic leading the top of Iowa East, a conference they've never won. You have to go back to when Newman Catholic was in a whole different conference, last time they won a conference title, back when they remember with the North Iowa. So they're trying to do something this year they haven't done in quite some time, and this year they're really a much improved team compared to the team Garrigan saw last season. Newman off to a 9-2 start to the season, and they've won their past 5 games, really rolling coming out of winter break. So Golden Bears will try to cool them off tonight, but this Bishop Garrigan team clicking on all cylinders offensively. They've been knocking down 3-point shots at an incredible rate. 3 straight games with 10+ threes, so the Golden Bears will let it fly tonight here inside of their home gymnasium. We will see it all coming up in about 10 minutes, but first we'll step aside and check into Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab with his pregame thoughts. That's next on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Wykert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Grassmasters. Growing satisfied customers.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Glenn's Green Thumb. From a small seed, something beautiful will grow.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bankin at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
We're getting ready for girls high school basketball right now on Hometown Radio KLGA as the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears take on the Newman Catholic Knights. And we're joined, as always, on the pregame show by Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab. Coach, great to talk to you again this week. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Third game of the week, ready to get going tonight.
And, Coach, like you mentioned, it is the third game of the week, so what does Wednesday kind of look like for you guys, knowing that you had games on Monday and Tuesday night, but still one more game this week to get ready for against Newman Catholic tonight?
Well, Wednesday, yesterday we lifted weights after school and got a good lift in to work any soreness out, and then we shot and talked a little game plan, and that was it. I bet we practiced for 45 minutes yesterday and and lifted weights. So pretty light night, getting their legs back under them, so we're ready to go tonight.
And Coach, you guys come off a game on Tuesday night in which you beat Belmont Clummy 68-46, and during the game you guys made 10 3-pointers, which is the third straight game that you've done that double-digit times as far as 3-point makes are concerned, so seems like the shooters are pretty locked in right now. On that topic, how do you look at the balance between shooting smart and shooting aggressively as far as 3-pointers are concerned, especially knowing that those two things are not mutually exclusive?
Right. I think we're taking better shots, and our shots are coming from inside out. And I think we're getting a lot better looks for our guards when we get high post or low post touches from inside out. We're getting better shots, and that's why our percentage has went up. Our guards are taking better shots. Our guards are in a shooting, getting their hands set before the ball gets there, getting their feet set before the ball gets there, and that's definitely helping. And we're having a good balance with inside out with Eastman with 22 the other night, and our guards hitting 10 threes. That's when we're tough to stop.
And Coach, along that same theme, you guys have seen a lot of teams recently that are pretty heavy on the 2-3 zone as far as defense is concerned. So how would you evaluate the way your team's attacking the 2-3 right now?
Really pretty good. We've gotten extremely better from the start of the year to right now, attacking the zone and seeing what's and just taking what's open. I mean, it's just a read by our offense and just playing with how they want to defend it. Are they extended on our 3-point shooters? Are they, who's guarding the high post? Is it the middle girl? Is it the top girl? And it's just reads. And that's a lot of our timeouts are just, okay, here's how they're defending this out of their zone. This is what's going to be open, so look for this. So, it's just, we're attacking it pretty well right now. Ball movement, obviously, in the second half against Belmont was much better than the first half. If you remember the first possession out of the first half against Belmont, we got 2 ball swings, a high post touch, and a high-low look to Madeline Tigas, and that's good offense for us. So look to continue to get that tonight.
We're talking right now with Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab. And Coach, similar to Monday night against West Bend Mallard, you're facing an opponent that seems to have made some improvements from last year as Newman Catholic comes into this game with a 9-2 overall record. What stands out to you about what you've seen from Newman so far in film?
Well, they've got good guard play. Kruckenberg has been starting for the varsity for a few years already. She's their best scorer with averaging 19 points a game. Tess Weiner is averaging 12.5 points a game, both guards on their team. So we're going to have Seisha and Emmy pretty much shadow those two and make it tough on them. They, like a lot of teams you've seen, they're 2-2-1 press, back to 2-3 zone is what they do. So another night of zone offense and another night of seeing how we can execute that.
Coach, as we wrap up, what do you see as the biggest key tonight for a Golden Bear victory?
I think offensive rebounding and being able to get some points off turnovers tonight. We really want to push the pace with the last game of the week, and I think we've got good rebounders under the basket that can really hurt them on the offensive boards. So we're going to really look to crash class and pick the tempo up tonight.
Coach, as always, great to talk to you, and thank you so much for your time in the pregame today.
All right, thanks, Tyler.
This is Bishop Garrigan Golden Bear head coach Brandon Schwab with his pregame thoughts. We will step aside, but when we come back, we'll get you a tip-off between the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears and Newman Catholic Knights on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
More sports club members.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush beats a full house.
Kasuth Regional Health Center, your home for health care.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill, for wicked good food, drinks, and service, you've got to go to Reeves.
High Point Land Company, your trusted land partner in Algona.
All bringing you this game on the radio. When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown Home Country Radio.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
Dump It, Kasuth County's local and reliable waste service provider for commercial and residential customers.
Albert Electric, flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants where everyone counts.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Signworks Inc. For all your signage needs and printed apparel, stop in or call 295-9544.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
West Bend Ford, meeting your service, new and used vehicle needs.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Frame and Auto Body. We meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch. There's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty, downtown Algona. Trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Algona Livestock. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Central Financial Group, where you belong.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona Tree Service.
Styles Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small. They love them all.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
All bringing you this ball game.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Lichter's Garage Door Service and new installations. A reputation you can trust. Call 515-295-5988.
Ed Service Station. Service you can trust.
J&J Custom Meats, continuing the traditions in Whittemore.
Ulrich Construction. Let them do the work.
Sports club members bringing you this game.
It's time to meet the starting lineup for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears.
Madeline Tigas, freshman, number 21.
Tigas on the backside, lays it up and in.
Zoe Montag, senior, number 22.
Golden Bears rotate around. Montag with the hard head fake. She'll drive in. The C's parts and Montag scores.
Seisha Alish, junior, number 24.
4 on the shot clock. Alish, a deep triple on the way. She banks it in. That's how you know it's your night, ladies and gents.
Emmy Bartolo, junior, number 10.
Bartolo from way downtown. The silencer! Emmy Bartolo with the answer again.
Gracelyn Eastman, sophomore, number 15.
Kicks down Eastman. Eastman a tray. Eastman knocks it down. First career three-pointer by Gracelyn Eastman. Tip-off of your game is coming up next on Hometown and Home Country Radio. The starting lineup for your 11-2 Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears under the direction of head coach Brandon Schwab. For the Newman Catholic Knights, who come in at 9-2, their head coach Keely Weiner trots out a starting lineup of the 5'7 junior Sammy Krugenberg, the 5'8 sophomore Brooke Bliley, the 5'10 senior Audrey Jasperson, the 5'9 sophomore Rosalind Jasperson, and the 5'5 sophomore Tess Weiner. Newman Catholic in the maroon uniforms, the gray Newman Catholic on the front, the numbers in between the Newman and the Catholic, as those numbers are on the front and back of the uniform. Bishop Garrigan in the home whites, the black BGHS on the front outlined in gold, gold, black numerals on the front and back outlined in gold as well, and the black trim along the shoulders and pants of the jersey. At midcourt, a 6-foot-tall sophomore Grayson Eastman for Bishop Garrigan going up against the 5'10 Jasperson for Newman Catholic. Ball is in the air. We are underway as the tap is won by Bishop Garrigan, and then it's stolen right away by Newman Catholic. Running the other way is Weiner. Threads the pass over to Krukenberg. Baseline jumper up and good, and Newman Catholic strikes first tonight. 2-0 Knights off the quick takeaway against Bishop Garrigan. Sammy Krukenberg, the top of Iowa West, leading scorer, delivering that last bucket. Now the Golden Bears get their first possession. Bartolo arcs up the three-pointer off the back iron, rebounded by Takis on the offensive glass, puts it back up and draws the early foul. Takis will head to the line for 2 shots. Officials tonight, Garrett Wirtz, Travis Berkey, and Corey Kuhlman. A very good crew here in this area that we'll see quite a bit throughout the course of the season. And Takis for the early couple of foul shots for the Golden Bears. Takis shooting just under 64% at the line so far this season, averaging 8.5 points per game. And the first free throw bounces and drops through as the Golden Bears are on the board. Score right now 2-1. Newman Catholic, as we mentioned in the pregame show, they come in on fire as they've won 5 straight games, off to a 9-2 start to the season. Takis misses left on the second free throw, and Jasperson sails into the lane for the rebound. That being Rosalind Jasperson, as there's 2 Jaspersons sharing the floor right now for the Knights. Weiner on the left wing gets it out to Krukenberg. Krukenberg deep on the left side. Guarded by Emmy Bartolo. Gets the pass right side to Jasperson as Eastman's in front of her. Jasperson enters the lane and pivots 360. Hand off to Weiner. Ball got knocked away, but Weiner is able to track it down outside the boundary. Now it's Bliley with 13 on the shot clock. Bliley across towards the left at the foul line extended. Bounce pass towards Weiner, and she'll bring it back out beyond the perimeter. Golden Bears are flying around in the man-to-man defense. The crossover by Weiner. Infiltrates the lane. Banks it off the glass and scores at the very end of the shot clock. What a patient possession by Newman Catholic, but that was that crossover dribble that got Weiner loose, and the floater off glass for 2. 4-1 Newman Catholic 1 minute into this one. Knights come out playing a 1-3-1 zone defense. Here's a free ball by Montag, rims out. Takis on the putback, up and in. Madeline Takis with 2 early offensive rebounds, and she has all of Bishop Garrigan's points so far. Score right now 4-3 Newman Catholic. 6:38 and taking on the clock as getting across half court is Weiner. She'll draw the foul. She tried to split 2 Golden Bears right there, and that'll be foul number 1 on Bishop Garrigan on the scorer. Golden Bears looking for their 5th straight win tonight. They have won 4 games in a row since that loss against Forest City, handing them their first top of Iowa West defeat of the season. 6:34 on the clock. Hometown scoreboard has yet to give Bishop Garrigan the right score. It reads 4-2 right now, but the Golden Bears down 4-3. Here's Bliley entering the paint. A great find to Jasperson on the right block, and she puts it up and in. Newman functioning extremely well on offense so far. A great job by Bliley, waiting till the last minute to throw that pass and making the bounce pass through the lane. If you throw that one as a chest pass, that's intercepted, and the Golden Bears run the other way. But because it was a bounce pass, that found its target. A couple early assists here by this Knight team, who comes in averaging 14 assists per game, but most in the top of Iowa East. Montag, no-look pass to the corner. Olish arcs up the 3. It doesn't go. Rebound peeled away. It rolls towards half court, and Newman chases it down. They hit it to Bliley off the pass by Weiner, but then Olish takes it away. Rolls loose. Montag taps it in along the baseline. Olish dives on top of it. And a timeout by Bishop Garrigan. They call those 50-50 balls, folks, but that's an 80-20 ball when it comes to Bishop Garrigan. The Golden Bears, they shoot well, they play efficiently on offense, and they play well on defense, but they hustle just about as well as any team, which you don't always see for some of these high-octane teams. Golden Bears make all the small hustle plays, and they do right there as Coach Schwab takes the 30-second timeout to preserve the possession for Bishop Garrigan. Well, Coach Schwab said early in his pregame show that he'll see a lot of 2-3 zone defense tonight against Newman Catholic. They'll play the 2-2-1 three-quarter court press against the Golden Bears and then drop back into a 2-3 zone. But early on, you've actually seen Newman Catholic play a 1-3-1 zone defense. So maybe a slightly different look than anticipated coming out against the Golden Bears. But Bishop Garrigan has seen a lot of zone defense, mainly 2-3 the past few games. Belmont Clummy and West Bend Mallard both heavy 2-3 zone teams. As Bartolo has the basketball right now, Golden Bears head right to left on your radio dial. It's Krukenberg, the 5'7 junior, playing at the top of that 1-3-1 zone. Jasperson, the 5'10 senior, down at the bottom as the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Bishop Garrigan will keep it at 5:42 on the clock, and a 6-3 Newman Catholic lead right now. Knights last season went 15-8, finished second place in the top of Iowa East as Eastman catches in the post. Has 2 players around her. She kicks out to Olish. Newman Catholic picked up most wins last season since they won 16 during the 2010-2011 season. Already have 9 so far this year, about halfway through. Montag open off the Olish pass on the right wing. Line drive the 3. Rebound to flex out to Bartolo. Finds Montag right wing again. Slicing into the paint. Dealing to Olish. Catching and shooting. Missing the 3-pointer. Garrigan cold early in this game as the ball rolls out of bounds along the far side. We talked earlier about how good Bishop Garrigan's been shooting the 3-point ball as of late. Past 3 games, they've made 10 or more 3-pointers in every single one of those games, but so far tonight, I believe it's already 0 for 5 on threes for the Golden Bears. Down 6-3 right now against Newman Catholic. Here's Krukenberg bursting into the front court. Newman Catholic's only double-digit point-per-game scorer last season finds Jasperson along the baseline. Her jumper doesn't go, but offensive rebound brought out by Weiner. Knights playing with a lot of energy early in this game. Now it's Bliley left elbow. Bounce the pass to Jasperson in the lane. Up and under got Eastman. Eastman recovers, and she engulfs that shot for the block. Graceland Eastman outlets towards Olish. Had to chase down that ball in the left corner. Now the Knights trap her out around towards Eastman, and Eastman out of bounds. She was standing out of bounds when she caught that Olish pass, and the official was right on top of it in front of the Newman Catholic bench. This Knight team playing extremely well defensively so far early in this game as they are flying around here against the Golden Bears. And sometimes those first 4 minutes of the game so critical against Bishop Garrigan because the Golden Bears, they blitz so many teams on this home hardwood is nearly an over and back by Newman. They'll throw it ahead to Jasperson. Ball ripped out by Tegas, and it goes to Eastman. Eastman runs the other direction, gets it right to Bartolo. Bartolo flings it left side towards Tegas. Drives across the foul line. Deals corner to Olish. She'll try again, and the Golden Bears finally get one. They knock the game at 6 on a three-point ball by Seisha Olish. Olish came in number 3 in the top of Iowa West in three-point shooting percentage, just under 39%. And now Weiner's double-teamed and a jump ball forced. Well, if you can't get the offense going in the early game, make plays for your defense, and the Golden Bears did just that. Montag and Olish on that trap along the sideline, and the possession error is towards Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears and Knights tied at 6 here in quarter number 1 in a top of Iowa West versus top of Iowa East matchup. The Knights protecting the fortress right now for 1-3-1 zone defense. It's Montag in between the circles, comes around towards the right to Olish. Olish takes 2 dribbles and sets herself, flings it near side to Bartolo, now down to the left corner to Tegas. The freshman dribbles around the arc, feeds it to Montag, another little pass, another corner free for Olish, and another make. That one swishes perfectly into the net and almost folded the net right up over the rim. Now leaking out is Krukenberg, under the bucket, lays it up and in. Bishop Garrigan fell asleep after that made 3-point shot, and Krukenberg leaked out for the easy 2. 9-8 right now the score as Bishop Garrigan's on top of Newman Catholic. 3:43 left in the first quarter. 6 early points by Olish for the Golden Bears, 3 by Tegas as Montag takes Drew dribbles, rotates it around into the corner towards Olish. Now out to Montag, finds Eastman in the post. Eastman works it out to Bartolo. She'll catch and shoot, and the free ball splashes in. Now the Golden Bears are getting that 3-point shot going. 12-8 Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears number 1 on the top of Iowa West and number 5 in 1A with a 32% 3-point shooting percentage as they steal it away from Montag. Bartolo right back to Montag. Line drives the 3-pointer, rebounded on the strong side by Bliley, but Eastman got in there and she forced the tie-up. Possession arrow is towards Newman Catholic, but that does at least flip the possession arrow around back to Bishop Garrigan. Not a lot of space early for Eastman on offense with this 1-3-1 zone of Newman Catholic. She's catching on that right side in that right block area, and the Knights immediately have 2 defenders right by her, so inside-out three-pointers to net are going to be a key if Newman keeps playing 1-3-1. Those Eastman kickouts could lead to some offense. And the Golden Bears are doing a good job. That right corner's been a weak spot of the 1-3-1 zone as Krukenberg runs out behind the defense. She got him again, and she laid it up and in. What are the Golden Bears doing there? Krukenberg just ran right by them, and the Golden Bears got caught totally flat-footed. Krukenberg with 2 early runouts in this game. Alyssa Hoagland into the ballgame right now for Bishop Garrigan. Carly Nielsen as well as Montag and Tegas go to the bench. Olish in the right corner. Another 3. That one short. Eastman reaching for the rebound, but it gets deflected away from her and lands in the hands of Jasperson. Here's Weiner coming up the other direction. Weiner, number 1 on the top of Iowa East in assists per game, finds Jasperson at the foul line, fakes into the lane. She'll take 2 dribbles and stop. Now finds her fellow Jasperson, Audrey. Out to Bliley now, driving right across the paint, hooks a tough shot up over Bartolo, no good. Pinball around, and Eastman grabs it. And she'll give it off to Bartolo with 2.5 minutes left in quarter number 1. Knights sticking around right now, 12-10 Bishop Garrigan. Hogan on the right side. Cues up a 3-point shot. It's a little bit too strong, knocked out of bounds. Seisha almost touched it last in that battle with Weiner for the rebound, and Newman Catholic gets the ball right back. That 3-point shot, the early offense here for Bishop Garrigan. As they lead at 12-10. We'll have a shoe tying break here for Sammy Krukenberg, who's leaning over right now, tying her shoe. As you mentioned, she's the top of Iowa East's leading scorer right now at 19.2 points per game. Nearly threw it over the backcourt, but Jasperson went into the front court before she touched that ball. Free from the right side by Krukenberg, bangs off the glass, no good, and the ball is reeled in by Carly Nielsen. Newman Catholic has not shot great on the free ball, just 22.6% this season as Bartolo answers the 3 the other way, no, but the rebound comes down into the hands of Seisha Olish. Another offensive board for Bishop Garrigan. 1:58 left in the quarter, 12-10 Golden Bears, and the ball in the corner stolen away by Bliley. Alice to Krukenberg, here she goes again. Ball got stripped away. Oh, great hands by Olish that time. Olish was able to beat Krukenberg down the floor. She was a step ahead of her, and then waiting in the lane, just got those hands down low and able to peel that ball out of bounds and force an inbounds play here by Newman Catholic. The 5'6" sophomore Kate Nolan to the ball game for the Knights. 1:50 left in the quarter. Inbounds pass caught by Jasperson. Mid-range J up and good, and we are tied at 12. No hesitation on pulling the trigger right there for Audrey Jasperson. The top of Iowa East leader in field goal percentage at 50% on the season. And we are locked up at 12 apiece, quarter number 1. Nielsen in the middle corner, Allish. Arcs up another 3. That's a bit too strong. Eastman had the rebound, but she fell down and the ball got dislodged. Nielsen got in there and she forced a tie-up. This time possession arrow towards Newman Catholic as Nielsen gets tied up with Jasperson. Anytime there's a loose rebound, Carly Nielsen always seems to be in the middle of it. Nielsen's kind of that definition of the old Klojic cliche, be a star in your role, and Nielsen certainly is that. Golden Bears bring her off the bench for a lot of rebounding, a lot of hustle plays, and some physicality inside, and she fulfills that role each and every night for the Golden Bears as Bishop Garrigan plays 1-2-2 on the zone press here. Newman Catholic gets it up in the court to Weiner, and she got run over that time by Eastman, who bowled her over right in front of the Bishop Garrigan bench. Foul called as that will be number 3 on Bishop Garrigan, first personal on Eastman. We'll see how well Bishop Garrigan can get to the foul line against the Knights. Newman Catholic on the season, they foul less than any team at the top of Iowa East. So they don't send the opposing team to the foul line a whole lot. Bishop Garrigan got Belmont Clemmy in big foul trouble Tuesday night and benefited from a lot of free throws, although they didn't make as many as you'd want, only 12 of 22, 54% that night. Bounce pass to the baseline to Krukenberg, works away by Nielsen and scored. Great body control that time by Krukenberg, was able to lean one way, avoid contact, and get inside for her 8th point of the night. 14-12 Newman Catholic. Bartolo cues up the free ball, no, and the rebound is brought into her body by Jasperson. By Weiner, that is. Gets it up ahead to Knoll. Knoll on the right block to Krukenberg. Jumper from the lane, rolls into the cup. 16-12 Newman Catholic. Boy, Newman right now, they are taking good care of the basketball, and they look extremely functional on offense from the mid-range at this point, as they're leading 16-12 here in quarter number 1. Allish left corner, works across to the foul line to Nielsen. Nielsen right-hand dribble, driving in, draws the foul. Nielsen got tripped up that time on her drive to the basket with 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. They're going to say Kate Knoll got a little overzealous on that one, and we'll see 2 free throws from Bishop Garrigan's junior Nielsen. Nielsen, 45% from the foul line this season. Ava Roffler will shake off the cobwebs for Bishop Garrigan and enter the ball game after this first free throw. Zoe Montag will also come in as Nielsen splashes the first one in. 16-13 right now, Newman Catholic. Knights bring Brooke Bliley back into the ball game. Checking out is going to be Audrey Jasperson. And Bishop Garrigan will have a lineup on the floor right now of Tigas, Nielsen, Montag, Allish, and Roffler. One more free throw coming for Nielsen, as that one is up, and that one is good. 16-14. A couple of nothing but net free throws for Carly Nielsen, as the shot clock and game clock now essentially even for Newman Catholic. 31 seconds left in the quarter. Pulling up his Weiner, launching the 3, rims out no good, and the rebound into the hands of Sasha Allish for the Golden Bears. The Bishop Garrigan Jr. weaves into the front court. She'll run point here with Bartolo on the bench, that is. 19 seconds left in the quarter. Roffler flings it across right side towards Allish, prevented that ball from going out of bounds. The feed was a little bit wide as Newman Catholic creeps out to guard Allish well beyond the perimeter. 9 seconds left in the quarter. Allish with 2 defenders right in front of her, dribbled off her foot. That is going to be a kickball violation, though. We'll say a Newman foot got in there as well. And with 6.2 seconds left, Bishop Garrigan will keep it and run an inbounds play. Golden Bears, number 3 offense in Class 1A, 65.5 points per game. They'll find Montag. 5 seconds left. Comes left towards Allish. Deep heave, no good. It wedges inside, and the rebound is hugged in the paint by Jasperson. That is the end of quarter number 1. What a great start for the Newman Catholic Knights. They have stormed at the castle of Bishop Garrigan and taking a 16-14 lead in quarter number 1 right here on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game.
Runkey Brothers Full Service. Experience the Runkey Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Nutrient Ag Solutions of Irvington and Laverne for all your crop input needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee. Use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
All bringing you this ball game. When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Hey Golden Bear fans, this is Sasha Allish. You're listening to Bishop Garrigan Basketball on KLGA.
Newman Catholic unbothered by the defense of Bishop Garrigan so far as the Knights are on top 16-14 from Bishop Garrigan High School. Golden Bears find Eastman in the lane. It's a 2-free zone now for Newman. Eastman works right, draws the foul and puts it down. She'll buy one, she'll get one for free. Chance for a 3-point play by Graceman Eastman, and we are locked up at 16 apiece. Well, first possession off the 2-free zone here for Newman Catholic. Golden Bears immediately find Eastman, and before the defense can collapse, she shoots it quick. She draws the foul. That's going to be number 2 on Knoll, and the first bucket of the day for Eastman. Eastman foul shot, in and out. Ball gets ejected out of the rim and rebounded in the center of the lane by Jasperson as we're locked up at 16 apiece. Newman Catholic played primarily 1-3-1 zone against Bishop Garrigan in the first quarter. Most of the offense was just right corner freeze by Stacia Olish. Not a whole lot else for the Golden Bears, but it kept them within 2 as the Knights will try a catch and shoot 3 here off the back of the cup by Knoll and rebounded at the foul line by Eastman. Her alley pass intercepted by Krukenberg. Krukenberg open run to the bucket. Eastman got there, but Krukenberg shot around her and scored. 18-16 Newman Catholic. Krukenberg player seems to have become more athletic and more strong as well since the Golden Bears saw her last season, and she's already up to 12 points so far. Bishop Garrigan last year defeated Newman Catholic 69-31. The Knights have not beaten the Golden Bears in the bound era. Bishop Garrigan 13-0 against Newman Catholic in matchups dating back to 2014. Barreling inside Tagus off the Eastman feed. She powered it up and in. Madeline Tagus does a lot of dirty work inside the paint, and we are tied at 18 apiece. She has 5 points tonight so far for the Golden Bears. Here's Bliley bouncing the pass towards Weiner. Releases the 3-point ball. Clangs off the glass, no good. And rebound vacuumed in by Tagus. Tagus just under 4.5 rebounds per game. Olish left corner now for the Golden Bears, eyeing up the defense. Newman back to the 1-3-1, across towards Montag, now short corner to Tagus. She'll drive, jumps and deals near side to Bartolo. Releases the 3, but it's off the front of the iron. Long rebound is chased down. Montag tries to shovel it back into play, but nothing there but maroon jerseys as Kate Knoll picked up the loose basketball. Gives off to Weiner. Averaging 4.3 assists per game to go along with 12.6 points. The number 2 leading scorer on Newman Catholic besides Krukenberg so far in the season. Here's Knoll working towards the foul line. Bishop Garrigan covered up the cut to the basket that time. She'll work it left wing towards Bliley. Left of the paint, Bliley against Tagus, works back outside to Knoll. Knoll takes down Main Street, feeds it short corner towards Jasperson, pivots around as Eastman cut her off. 8 on the shot clock. Knoll into the paint, shot over Tagus, and that is going to be a foul. It's one of those fouls where Tagus was clean and vertical up top, but that was a little hip check there by Tagus. Hip-to-hip contact against Knoll, and that's what's going to be called 2 free throws as Tagus picks up her second personal foul. Knoll trekking her way to the free throw line. The 5'6" sophomore so far, 6 of 13 from the charity stripe this season. Newman Catholic, the number 2 free throw shooting team at the top of Iowa East at 61% as Knoll makes the free throw to make it 19-18. Newman Catholic, like we mentioned earlier, they don't foul the opposing team a whole lot, but they do draw a lot of fouls. They take 17 free throw attempts per game, which are the most in the top of Iowa East. They're only committing 11 fouls per game as the second free throw by Knoll is short and Tagus jumps in for the rebound. Gives off to Emmy Bartolo. The Bishop Garrigan point guard, who is the top of Iowa West leader in assists per game. She's dishing out 5 dimes per game for the Golden Bears as she spins away from Weiner. That ball nearly stolen. Deals to Montag in the corner. Montag catch and release 3, no. And the box out by Knoll as she boxed out Olish and grabbed the rebound. 19-18 Newman Catholic. They have protected the paint from the Bishop Garrigan scoring attack so far tonight. It's been live by the 3, die by the 3 so far for the Golden Bears, and it's been a mixed bag up to this point. Bounce pass to Jasperson. Cut off by Eastman. Jasperson bounce pass out to Bliley. It rolls away from her, and Olish able to take it away. Turnover forced by the Golden Bears, and now here's Montag running the floor. Steps on the accelerator. Oh, she faked it. She got to the rack and scored it. A great pass fake by Zoe Montag. Fake towards the right side. Defense totally bought it, and Montag's cut to the left was there for 2 points. 20-19 Golden Bears. Montag, an 8.1 point per game scorer. A lot of that from beyond the 3-point arc, but she is excellent in transition for Bishop Garrigan. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. At the foul line, Bliley barrels in against Montag, pivots around, hooks up a tough left-handed shot, and it goes down. Bliley, with the left hand, makes it 21-20 Newman Catholic. Bliley, 6.6 points per game, and that was an excellent move right there. And the way she hooked that shot up from the side of her body, just from the center of the paint, a lot of traffic in there, but able to convert. Montag finds Tagus in the high post. Tagus towards the middle of the foul line. Finds Eastman underneath. Eastman layup up and in. Tagus split the uprights between 2 defenders with that pass, and a beautiful assist to Graceland Eastman. That's one where the whole Golden Bear crowd went, because they thought it was going to be a turnover, but that ball somehow found its way into the hands of Eastman, her 4th point of the night. Newman Catholic bounces the pass over towards the left side to Jasperson, driving against Eastman, rising from the block, no, and Eastman snatches down the rebound. Gets it out to Bartolo. Bartolo steps on the accelerator, gets to the front court, finds Tagus, got by Jasperson, off the glass, and the ball settles into the cup. It's sat on the left rim there for a minute before it dropped through, and it's 24-21 Bishop Garrigan. When Takis decides she wants to go to the basket, she's going and no one's stopping her. As there's a baseline cut by Bliley, but the ball got thrown out of bounds as Weiner couldn't locate her. And all of a sudden, the first semblance of momentum for the Golden Bears here. They're up 24-21. They forced a couple of turnovers here in this quarter. And it'll be Hoagland checking into the ball game for Bishop Garrigan. Nielsen also in as well as Takis and Montag go to the Pine. Bartolo will bring the ball across half court. 9.4 point per game score for the Golden Bears. Surveying the 1-3-1 zone, finds Nielsen at the foul line. Gives to Eastman, give and go to Nielsen, and that'll be a jump ball forced by Newman Catholic. Or are they going to overturn it? No, the baseline official said jump ball, but the official on the backside said I had to travel before the jump ball, so the official on the backside ends up winning that one, and it will go as a turnover for Bishop Garrigan. They tried to give and go against Newman Catholic, but the Knights are ready for it, and that almost tie-up got Nielsen to travel. Here's Krukenberg left side. Krukenberg with 12 points, and that is going to be a carry against Krukenberg. Got a little juiced up that time, took the high dribble off the court, and that ball bounced all the way up above her head. Touched it underhanded there and kind of scooped it up, as that'll go as a Newman Catholic turnover. 24-21 right now, Bishop Garrigan. Bartolo slings it left side towards Alish. Alish into the high post to Nielsen, now back to Bartolo right side. Around towards Hoagland in the right corner. Hoagland's really gotten that free-point shooting going for the Golden Bears, now up to 32% on the season. Bartolo feeds Eastman, catches in traffic amongst 4 defenders, ripped away, and a jump ball again. That's the formula for Newman Catholic. They don't have anyone to match the height of Eastman, but that time it was the 5'5" Tess Weiner. When Eastman put that ball on the deck, Weiner's ready for it, and her hands just got there quicker than Eastman could lift her hands up for the layup. I could not be more impressed by what Newman Catholic's done on defense so far in this game. They're allowing 39.5 points per game so far this season. They're scoring 52.4, but even though they've given up 24 points so far, they are really making things pretty tough for Bishop Garrigan. Up top, it's Weiner, top of the arc. She'll let it fly and almost banked that one in. Hit off the back of the iron. Bliley offensive board. Bliley left-handed putback, no. Ball got tapped out towards Hoagland at the foul line. Hoagland weaves towards the middle of the court. She'll deal towards Alish left side. Alish around to the right, slings it into Eastman and sailed it over her head out of bounds. Eastman blanketed in between 2 maroon jerseys. Golden Bears have been shooting a lot from the outside so far, and I think a message from Coach Schwab was, hey, let's see if we can get a few post touches here for Eastman. Maybe create some inside out looks for 3-point balls, or even have Eastman draw a few fouls, but Newman Catholic is not making it easy for that entry pass to get home. Krukenberg brings the ball across half court. She dribbles between the trap, and Bartolo picks her pocket. 3-on-1 break. Bartolo to Alish. Right back to Bartolo. Layup up and in. What a find by Seisha Alish, and a timeout by Bishop Garrigan. 26-21 Golden Bears. A beautiful 3-on-1 fast break that time. An unselfish basketball between Bartolo and Alish. It's a 60-second timeout. We will take it as well on KLGA 92.7.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Frame and Auto Body. We meet by accident.
Water connection from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch. There's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty, downtown Algona. Trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Algona Livestock. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio.
Hey Golden Bear fans, this is Grayson Eastman, and you're listening to Bishop Garrigan Basketball on KLGA.
Back here from Bishop Garrigan High School on KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream. Our video stream brought to you in part by Algona Municipal Utilities, Chemna Auto Center, Iowa State Bank, Algona Frame and Auto Body, and PMC Advantage Insurance Services. Bishop Garrigan 26, Newman Catholic 21. Golden Bears have just cracked the door open just a little bit as Newman Catholic's gone on a bit of a scoring drought, and Bishop Garrigan has gotten some transition offense going. That last bucket scored by Seisha Alish off a nice feed by Emmy Bartolo. A little back and forth between those two, or I should say scored by Emmy Bartolo off the feed by Seisha Alish. But a couple passes back and forth between those two. They were able to break down Newman Catholic there and get the point to go up 26-21. The feed to the baseline, thrown out of bounds by Bliley. Well, Knights took such good care of the basketball in the first quarter, but we're starting to see them get a little sloppy here against Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bear defense really does a good job of speeding up the clock in the opposing team's head, but that hasn't bothered the Knights up to this point. But past couple of minutes of the second quarter, you've seen the turnovers start to creep back into the equation against this Golden Bear defense that only gives up 38 points per game, number 2 in the top of Iowa West. 1-3-1 zone defense for Newman Catholic. Nielsen open in the left corner, works it around towards Bartolo on the wing. Dribbles across the foul line, feeds to Eastman. 3 defenders crash in on her. She'll try to shoot it through traffic. No good on the shot, gets it out to Alish. Ball knocked away by Krukenberg, and it's out of bounds. Well, Eastman is driving in there looking for the foul. She lowered the shoulder and went right into 3 defenders. I like the officials not calling the foul on that one. You don't want to bail Eastman out there on a 1-on-3 opportunity unless it's clearly a foul, because Eastman looked to initiate the contact on that play. You've got to kick that one out if you're Eastman and the defense collapses in on you like that, and certainly she does a good job of that, but that time really wanted the bucket as Hoagland's in the right corner. Her free ball finds the bottom of the net. 28, make it 29-21 Golden Bears on Hoagland's first free ball of the night. Bounce pass left side, it's Krukenberg, wings it across to Weiner on the right side, guarded by Olish. Around to left to Bliley, top of the arc. Bliley pivots and hands off to Krukenberg. 2 dribbles to the right, kept the ball away from Olish, who almost had the poke away. Now gets it over towards Jasperson on the wing. Jasperson to the elbow now, Eastman around her. Now Olish coming in to poke the ball away. Good help defense, but the ball rolls outside to Krukenberg with 10 on the shot clock. Krukenberg pulls up from way downtown, deadens off the back of the rim, and flying in for the rebound is Hoagland. Sidearms the pass up ahead to Bartolo, and a good knock away that time by Krukenberg. Saw the pass coming and was able to knock it out of bounds along the Newman Catholic bench down to our left. Montag, Roffler, and Tegas come off the pine for Bishop Garrigan. Hoagland, Nielsen, and Olish return to the bench. Newman Catholic has primarily ridden for 5 starters tonight. We've also seen Kate Knoll make an appearance off the bench, but they've gone 1 deep tonight against the Golden Bears, living and dying with their starters. Bishop Garrigan up 29-21. Takes to the foul line, drives her way inside, trying to play some bully ball, and she gets rejected. Jasperson says, no, you don't. Running the other way, it's Weiner. Weiner, wide angle, headed off the bottom of the glass. Picked up on the rebound by Krukenberg, and she'll bring it back outside for Newman Catholic. 1 minute left in the first half. Krukenberg will shovel it outside to Bliley. Bliley left of the paint, works towards the baseline. She falls down, and that is going to be a traveling violation. 56 seconds left of the quarter, and Bishop Garrigan will turn. They'll get the ball back off the turnover. Well, I always say use those sidelines and baseline as an extra defender, and Bliley was coming at that with a full rate of speed and tried to slam on the brakes there, but slammed on the brakes too hard for her feet to control the rest of her body. Montag down in the right corner. She'll fling it up top towards Roffler. Roffler rotates right to Bartolo, now corner to Montag. Right back to Bartolo as Montag's thrown a lot of no-look passes tonight. Inside towards Eastman. Reverse layup is blocked, but that's a foul. They got Eastman all over her wrist that time, and Grayson Eastman will shoot a couple of free throws. Foul picked up by Tess Weiner, her first personal, and second team foul on Newman Catholic. Bishop Garrigan offensively 4 straight 68-point games. They've done this during this 4-game win streak, as that first free throw off back iron, no good for Eastman. Bishop Garrigan beat Belmont Clemmy on Tuesday 68-46, and in that game they only shot 36.5% from the field, so maybe not the most efficient shooting night for the Golden Bears from 2-point range, but they still scored 68 points in spite of that, which just tells you how well this Golden Bear offense is functioning right now. Even in this game, you can tell this is not an A-plus offensive performance in the first half from the Golden Bears, but they have 29 points as Eastman goes 0 for 2 at the foul line. Rebound hugged by Rosalind Jasperson, who grabs on average 6.1 rebounds per game for the Knights. Here's Krukenberg at the controls, guarded by Bartolo in between the circles right now. Krukenberg picked up her dribble. She's got to get rid of that ball before the 5-second count. That's a long 5 seconds, and there it is. That may have been a 7-second count right there. They gave her the benefit of the doubt, but after those 5 seconds, the officials did give the ball back to Bishop Garrigan. Once you pick up that dribble, you've got to pass it if you're being guarded closely, or even if you haven't dribbled yet. That's a closely guarded call. You've got to make a move to the basket. You've got to pass it. You've got to do something, but Krukenberg just stood there with the ball over her head, and the official got her for the 5-second count. Shot clock now off. 18 seconds left in the quarter. The Bishop Garrigan Jr. Emmy Bartolo rotates into the right corner to Montag. Montag back out to Bartolo. Bartolo slings it across left towards Olish with 9 on the game clock. Bounce pass to the right to Bartolo on the wing. Back to the left to Olish. And Olish got tripped up, and that'll be a foul. Ran into the hip that time of Weiner. And with 5.1 seconds left, Bishop Garrigan will inbound. That was just Newman Catholic's third team foul. He had plenty to give. And that's going to be Weiner's second personal foul. The Knights will bring Audrey Jasperson back in the ballgame. Don't want Weiner picking a third foul here, so she will head to the pine for Newman Catholic. Nielsen to inbound, 5.1 seconds left in the half. Gets it into Bartolo just inside of half court. Bartolo drives, pulls up from the top of the arc. Misstops the left on the 3-point ball. Rebound brought in by Nielsen. Slings it over her shoulder, but it's no good. And the first half comes to an end. Bishop Garrigan getting tested by a 9-2 Newman Catholic Knight team as we head to halftime. Score right now, Bishop Garrigan 29, Newman Catholic 21 on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Thank you to these Sports Club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Good Samaritan Society, Algona's senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, Algona's locally owned coffee shop.
Tangle Salon for all your cuts, colors, hair extensions, and massage therapy needs.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping, 515-320-3840.
All bringing you this ball game.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine Sports Club members.
Central Financial Group, where you belong.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Styles Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small. They love them all.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
All bringing you this ball game.
Thank you to these Sports Club members bringing you this game.
Runkey Brothers Full Service. Experience the Runkey Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Nutrient Ag Solutions of Irvington and Laverne for all your crop input needs.
Erpelding Voigt and Company CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee. Use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
All bringing you this ball game.
Back at halftime from Bishop Garrigan High School as the Golden Bears lead the Newman Catholic Knights right now 29-21. And we're joined here at halftime by Bishop Garrigan boys coach Mark Meister. Coach, as always, we appreciate you stopping by here at halftime. Obviously, Tuesday night, hard-fought win over Belmont Columbia. You guys pick up a big conference victory in that one. What did you feel said about your guys for the way they just battled throughout the game and ultimately overcame Belmont Columbia in the fourth quarter?
Well, after going up 8-0, then they go on that 19-0 run, and it was so slow, I didn't use a timeout because I thought, okay, we're fine. We're going to get rolling here and understand what we're trying to do. And it took us a long time. Then we outscored them every quarter after that and really opened it up the fourth quarter. But I thought we were settling a little too much against the pressure. We seemed to like to do that for some reason. And once we started more downhill, more at the basket, more Amari, more Nick, more Schwab in the paint, I think that's what ultimately probably changed the game for us. And we switched one thing late in the fourth quarter. I'd been kind of sitting on it, and they run a high offense where that guard brings it up and then he wants to reverse it right away. So halfway through the fourth quarter, we said, Tate, you're gonna face guard him and see what they do. And from there on in, they struggled to get into their offense. So that was a good job by Tate.
Well, Coach, in the second half, it seemed like your guys were able to get out and run a lot more. How big of an emphasis was that for you guys heading into half number two?
Well, I thought, we talk about it's like a broken record. I thought our rotations were really slow there for a while. And the second half, we kind of overplayed finally. And we're getting rebounds, loose balls, tips, and we're getting out and running. Because, when teams they didn't really run much triangle and two, but they're trying to take the ball out of our two scorers' hands. You can tell it's always zone, but they're almost like their man on that guy. So if you want to score and take him out of that, it's got to be defense and transition, which I know that's not everybody's favorite thing, but we try and sell them on it.
Well, Coach, tonight you guys have a good non-conference test against the Newman Catholic Knights. What are a couple of things that stand out to you looking at Newman Catholic?
I watched the game the other night, and they struggled when they were running man, and then they kind of went to a press and a half court, and it changed. It was like two different teams. So we got to be ready for a pace out of them. He's always liked to get the ball and pass it up the side and get down the court quick, and then you start playing fast. And when transition buckets are kind of questionable looks, you miss them, they get out and run, and then it becomes a YMCA game, and I don't want that. So we're going to have to push, and if it's not there, slow down, get back into the offense, run our sets, and wear them down. I think our advantage, again, is inside out, which is what we've done all year. So hopefully we can execute that.
Well, Coach, on the offensive side, a theme that's kind of developed the past few games for you guys is you're executing the offense without turning the ball over. And sometimes teams that play fast, they can struggle with turnovers at times, but that really hasn't been the case for you guys. You've kept those turnovers down. I guess what do you attribute that to?
I don't know. We've had way less practice, and the few practices we did, we literally put 10 minutes on the board and said 10 minutes of offense, 10 minutes of defense, and just ran stuff that we need to go against the other team. So I don't know if it's just a little more focus, a little less mental energy we're putting on them, because it's been, this will be 6 games, 10 nights. So the other nights we've came in, it's been short and sweet. So I don't know. Now watch tonight, we'll have 20, but we'll see what happens.
Well, hopefully I didn't now just jinx your guys, Coach. But as we wrap up here, what do you see is the biggest key for a Garrigan victory in this game?
Well, kind of what you said. We got to take care of the ball. Number 2, attack seams. We seem to not do that all the time in zone, and if we do those things, we should be fine. And I think a bear should beat a knight if we're going off a mascot, especially if the bear's rabid. And if the knight doesn't have a weapon, we should be good. So should be a good game.
All right, folks, so that's the kind of breakdown you can only get here. We appreciate your time, Coach, and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
That's Bishop Garrigan boys coach Mark Meister joining us on Hometown Radio KLGA. When we come back, second half of the girls' matchup after these messages.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Central Financial Group, where you belong.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona Tree Service.
Styles Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small. They love them all.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
All bringing you this ball game.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bankin at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
As we come back here on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream, it's Bishop Garrigan 29 and Newman Catholic 21 at the half. About 2.5 minutes to go until we begin the second half. As always, big thank you to Bishop Garrigan boys coach Mark Meister joining us here at the half and breaking down an upcoming boys matchup, which will follow about 15 minutes after the conclusion of the girls game. But right now in the girls game, Bishop Garrigan getting a non-conference test against Newman Catholic, and this is a good moment here for Bishop Garrigan to see what they can do at halftime, make the necessary adjustments against that 1-3-1 Newman Catholic zone, and try to come out rolling in the second half. If you recall against Belmont Clemmy on Tuesday night, Bishop Garrigan entered halftime only up by 5. Then they blew that game open in the third quarter, outscoring Belmont Clemmy by 15-plus points in that one to go up by 20 and run away with the ball game. But right now, scoring-wise for Bishop Garrigan, pretty balanced. Madeline Tagus leading the way with 7 points, Stacia Allish with 6, Emmy Bartolo with 5, Grayson Eastman with 4, Alyssa Hogan with 3, and Zoe Montag with 2. For Newman Catholic, a lot of Sammy Krukenberg, a couple of runouts tonight for Krukenberg as she has 12 points. You also have Rosalind Jefferson with 4, Tess Weiner of 2, Brooke Bliley of 2, and Kate Knoll of 1. In the first quarter, Newman Catholic had the scoring advantage, 16-14 over the Golden Bears. But quarter number 2, Bishop Garrigan outscored Newman Catholic 15-5. So Knights weathered the first 4 minutes of the game. They played very well against Bishop Garrigan in the first quarter, but the offense dried up for Newman Catholic during that second quarter, and part of that, turnover stirred the pile up a little bit. Bishop Garrigan a bit more aggressive defensively, really getting in there and forcing some jump balls, and Bishop Garrigan, a lot of their offense in the first half was just knocking down corner 3-point balls. Can they get the ball inside against that 1-3-1 zone before it collapses inside on Eastman and Tagus? That'll be a question here in the second half, because of course we notice Bishop Garrigan offense is prolific on the 3-point shot, but I'm sure Coach Schwab is going to really want to utilize that post weapon in Eastman in half number 2. So how Bishop Garrigan can manipulate that zone a little bit, find Eastman in half 2 will be certainly something to watch here as we go forward. 1 minute to go until the second half. We'll take this time out and come back after these messages on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube channel.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Signworks Inc. For all your signage needs and printed apparel, stop in or call 295-9544.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
West Bend Ford, meeting your service, new and used vehicle needs.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Hey Golden Bear fans, this is Madeline Tiggis. You're listening to Bishop Garrigan Basketball on KLGA.
Second half getting underway here on Hometown Radio, KLGA Algona. Both teams will bring their starting five back to the court. For Newman Catholic, it's Krukenberg, Bliley, Jasperson, and Weiner. For Bishop Garrigan, Bartolo, Eastman, Tegas, Montag, and Olish. Newman Catholic, last time they saw Bishop Garrigan, gave up a big-time double-double against Graceland Eastman of 23 points and 14 rebounds. Today, they've done a much better job of limiting Eastman, but the Golden Bear three-point shots prevailing in half number one, as Bishop Garrigan has an 8-point lead right now. Golden Bears will have the ball to start the second half. They move from left to right on the radio dial, and we are underway. Golden Bears in their number 3 ranked scoring offense in Class 1A, trying to open it up against Newman Catholic, just as they did on Tuesday night against Belmont Clemmy during the third quarter. Knights come out once again in the 1-3-1. Olish arcs at the right angle three. No good. Eastman rebound. Lost it out of her hands, though, and it's out of bounds. Eastman had it between two hands, but it just slipped out of her hands like it was greased in butter and rolled out along the baseline. Newman Catholic will force Garrigan into a one-and-done to start this one. Bishop Garrigan going man-to-man full-court press, trying to face guard Weiner. They'll get it up the court towards Jasperson. Jasperson across half court, flings it left towards Krukenberg. Drives baseline. Bartolo doesn't want to foul her, and powering it up and in is Krukenberg. 14 points tonight on the aggressive moves to the bucket. She got a step on Bartolo that time, and Bartolo never recovered it defensively. Montag in the right corner, wide open, no good on the three-point ball. Always trying to race and track down the the loose ball that is, and she shovels it back in, but it goes right to Krukenberg. Newman Catholic really pinching down on the middle of the defense in that 1-3-1 zone. They're really collapsing on the lane as Weiner banks that three-point shot off glass, and it doesn't go. Montag reels in the rebound. Bishop Garrigan Sr. weaving down the lane, sidestepping, dealing to Tegas, and kicks it out to Olish. Olish across the foul line with the right-hand dribble, jumps and passes near side towards Bartolo. Into Eastman, intercepted in the post. Cutting in front was the 5'9", Rosalind Jasperson for the steal. 6-point margin right now, 29-23 in favor of Bishop Garrigan. This Golden Bear team taking 23.5 threes per game this season as they have a steal, also able to take it away along the far side. Most three-point attempts in the top of Iowa West, and that number may get a boost here tonight. Montag on the wing, extra pass to Bartolo, down on the right corner, dribbles across the lane, feeds Eastman, but it's intercepted again. Bliley took that ball away. They've been able to build a moat in front of Eastman so far tonight. Krukenberg sets herself, drive by Eastman, settles for the mid-range J and knocks it down. Krukenberg wide open and took a good shot there to make it 29-25. 16 points by Sammy Krukenberg. She may need 30+ tonight, but Newman will take it. 4-point game right now. Montag in the right corner for the Golden Bears, takes one dribble and slings it across left wing towards Olish. Olish has two defenders with eyes on her. She'll lob it right side of Bartolo. Penetrates towards the lane, now back out towards Olish. Steps back on the left side, flings it across towards Montag on the right wing. Montag contested tray, and she splashed it! Zoe Montag from downtown, her first tray of the night. She has 5 points, and Bishop Garrigan a 32-25 lead. Weiner the other direction finds Krukenberg, gets the Weiner screen, she's loose. Top of the key three-pointer, can't answer as the ball deflects to the right side, and the rebound is chased down by Olish. Now the Bishop Garrigan Jr. glides into the front court with 5:37 left in the third quarter. Olish slicing the lane, sidestepping, banking and scoring. Golden Bears were able to hustle the ball up the floor that time and really get down the lane before Newman Catholic could set up in their 1-3-1 zone and get in good position to defend, as there's a foul in transition. Weiner got fouled that time by Olish. And that may be the formula for the Golden Bears as well. More running after missed buckets by Newman, certainly, but even after made buckets, hustling the ball down the floor and seeing if you can get it down there before Newman can get back and get set, because the Golden Bear half-court offense against Newman's 1-3-1 zone, like I said, you take what the defense gives you, but so far it has been heavily predicated on if Bishop Garrigan can knock down corner threes or not. There's a tie-up at half-court, or just outside the three-point line, I should say. Possession arrow towards Newman Catholic as Weiner and Olish went spilling to the ground there. So Newman Catholic keeps the ball right now. 34-25 the score, as the 9-2 Knights trail the 11-2 Golden Bears. Newman Catholic's only 2 losses, a 42-38 defeat against West Fork, and a 64-27 defeat against Crosstown Algona. As there's a foul on the play, whistle against Bishop Garrigan, a 5:16 on the clock. Eastman a little bit overzealous on that defense as she picks up her second personal foul. And it's going to be Bliley inbounding the ball, make that Weiner inbounding the ball for Newman Catholic as she will get it into Krukenberg. Here's Krukenberg with the left-handed dribble. Bartolo goes for the steal, and she got it. Here comes a 2-on-1 break. Bartolo feeds Olish, lays it up and in. Bartolo jumped like she was going to take the shot, and I think she decided midair, I'm going to feed Sasha Olish, and that was a great decision. The defender committed towards Bartolo, and Olish got the 2. Ball kicked out of bounds along the baseline on the Newman Catholic drive, as the Knights will keep it. Bishop Garrigan's transition offense has been exceptional tonight. There's an unspoken chemistry between Bartolo and Alish, and they seem to always know what the other one's thinking. They're on the same page. They're never surprised when one passes to the other one, as Eastman intercepts the inbounds pass. Finds Bartolo, and the Golden Bears hustle the ball up the floor again. Bartolo gets it to Alish. Short corner left side. Curls towards the lane, now back out to Bartolo on the wing. Into the corner to Montag. Post to Eastman. In a sandwich. Works around it. Third defender comes in for the help, and there will be a foul as Eastman got tripped up that time. Better positioning inside on that post touch by Graceland. Eastman was able to work around that double team and then drew the contact. The foul gets called against Audrey Jasperson. Audrey Jasperson was the middle of those three defenders, and she was the one to trip up Graceland Eastman as she picks up her first personal foul. Eastman 66% from the stripe, knocks down the first free throw, and it's 37-25 Golden Bears, their largest lead so far tonight. Golden Bears taking 15 free throw attempts per game, the most in the top of I-West Conference, as Eastman just a bit outside on the second free throw. Rebound is tracked down, and a loose ball foul on Zoe Montag is the score right now, 37-25 in favor of Bishop Garrigan. As you folks know, no beanie tonight, which is very surprising considering they're doing the jumbo cookies in the Bishop Garrigan Gymnasium. It's a big crowd tonight. I'd say these fans love their Golden Bears, but they may love the jumbo cookies just as much as they love their Golden Bears. And we know Beanie loves a good cookie, but couldn't make it out tonight. But don't worry, folks. Hopefully we'll have him back next week, as we have a couple Golden Bear games on the schedule for next week as well. Beanie isn't the best color man in the league for nothing, folks, as we get plenty of dynamite drop-ins throughout the game from Beanie. 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. 37-25 Golden Bears passing the lane, intercepted by Nielsen as she was in front of Jasperson for the takeaway. Bartolo finds Hoagland, lets it fly. Three ball a little bit too strong. Reaching high in the air for the rebound is Weiner, the 5'5 Weiner, able to keep the ball away from some taller Golden Bears. Here's Bliley in transition. The sidestep of Hoagland. No on the layup, that was too strong. And Eastman make that. Nielsen picked up another rebound in the lane. The Bishop Garrigan Jr. strides into the forecourt and hands it off towards Hoagland on the right side, as the Golden Bears continue to try to figure out this 1-3-1 Newman zone. Eastman with a high post touch, drives inside between three defenders, tries to force up a shot, lost it out of bounds though. The ball goes back to Newman Catholic. You can see the visceral frustration right now by Graceland Eastman. There have been a couple times tonight where she's taken the ball into the lane, and 3, even 4 nights have collapsed in on her. And like I said earlier, those have to be kickouts if you're Eastman. A lot of teams have done this season in some variation, either double teaming Eastman or collapsing a zone in on her. And Eastman usually very good about kicking out for those 3-point shots. But tonight, there have been a couple times where she's just really trying to get to the foul line here. And Newman, so good at avoiding fouls. So there's a short corner jumper, no good from Jasperson. Rebound by Bliley, offensive board. Kicks it out. It's a left side free by Knoll. That's off the back iron. Fight for the rebound, and Knoll got it away from Nielsen. Into Bliley, but Bliley had her pocket picked. Hoagland took that wallet right out of her back pocket, and she comes into the front court. Lobs it into the right corner towards Nielsen. Feeds Eastman inside. Eastman goes up and under, powers it up and in. Eastman forced the door open that time to make it 39-25. 7 points tonight by Graceland Eastman. Number 2 this season in the top of I-West in field goal percentage, just under 54%. Jumping across half court is Weiner, and Nielsen got her tied up. She got her tied up for a jump ball, and the hustle plays continue by Carly Nielsen. Golden Bears are slowly and methodically opening this game up, and the lack of three-point shooting by Newman Catholic has become a little bit more glaring here as of late. They've been a good mid-range shooting team, and it can be a little tough to score inside when you have Eastman protecting the rim, so the mid-range shot has been the key for Newman Catholic, but they haven't been as efficient offensively in the second and third quarters. That offense has really slowed down, and even though Bishop Garrigan isn't having some of their normal avalanches here or huge runs, they're just slowly pulling away from Newman Catholic because the Knights, they just haven't been able to trade buckets with the Golden Bears. Here's Roffler, who just checked into the game, finds Nielsen left corner from the Garrigan student section, around to Roffler, now back to the right to Bartolo. Takes one dribble, slings it over to Roffler, one step left of center, corner to Nielsen. She pumps, works her way to the right to Bartolo, catches, squares up for the shot, and buries it. Emmy Bartolo cashes that one in to make it 42-25, and the Golden Bears are starting to open up here in the third, much as they did Tuesday against Belmont Clemmy. Run out by Newman Catholic, Knoll's shot is blocked, the recovery by Bliley, and Bliley hacked. She will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Knights have caught the Golden Bears a couple of times where after a made bucket, even Newman will hustle back down the court. Some teams will take their time after a made bucket, they'll jog it up the floor, and everyone will get set, and it'll be a half-court set. But Newman Catholic, definitely a team that is more well-conditioned than last season, a little bit faster paced. As the first free throw gets ejected out of the cup, no good as Bliley can't knock that one down. Bliley, a 64% free throw shooter. Eastman and Bartolo check out for Bishop Garrigan. Alish into the ball game alongside Tigas. With 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter and a 42-25 Golden Bear advantage. That free throw goes in for Bliley to make it 42-26. 3 points tonight by Bliley. Newman Catholic's been able to neutralize second chance opportunities tonight for the Golden Bears. Last time these teams matched up, it was a 43-23 Bishop Garrigan rebounding advantage. Tonight, not quite as many second chance opportunities as Roffler squares for a three-point shot, and she cashes it in. Ava Roffler hits another shot from downtown, and the Golden Bears are making the three-point balls their bread and butter tonight. Here's Noel on the left wing, handing it off. Up top, it's Weiner. The Newman Catholic sophomore heads onto the elbow. Her 15-foot jump shot can't bank it in. Loose ball in the lane into the hands of Tegas. Tegas runs the floor. Tegas taking it right down Main Street. Got to the rack and scored it. Coast to coast for Madeline Tegas, and a 47-26 Bishop Garrigan lead. We blinked in. Bishop Garrigan blowing it open as Weiner runs the other direction. Missed on her point-blank layup, and Nielsen brings in the rebound. Newman Catholic's 5-game win streak in serious jeopardy right now, as it's a 47-26 Bishop Garrigan advantage. Knights graduated 3 of their 5 starters from last season, but they have played better so far this season as the ball is intercepted by Noel at the top of the key. Noel runs. Noel gets to the rack. Missed on the point-blank layup. Krukenberg flies in for the rebound. She got dislodged, and that'll be a foul on Bishop Garrigan. Krukenberg squeezed in between 2 white jerseys that time, and a hip-tip bump delivered by Stacia Olish will cause her second personal foul and send Krukenberg to the line because that was foul number 5 against Bishop Garrigan. Heading to the bench for Newman Catholic is going to be Rosalind Jasperson. As right now it's going to be Krukenberg, Bliley, Audrey Jasperson on the floor, Tess Weiner and Kate Knoll all for the Newman Catholic Knights, and head coach Keely Weiner. 2 free throws here for Krukenberg, who's making nearly 80% of her foul shots. 4th best free throw percentage at the top of Iowa East, but line drive that first one short, and the score 47-26 Bishop Garrigan. Montag will place Nielsen in the Bishop Garrigan lineup. Well, the past 3 games, like you mentioned, Bishop Garrigan with double-digit three-point makes in each of them. I don't have an exact count, but I believe they're approaching that tonight as the rim spits the second shot out as well. Boy, a rare over 2 there by Krukenberg, and the score stays 47-26. Past 3 games coming into tonight, Bishop Garrigan 33 out of 79 on threes. Roffler feeling it, and Roffler splashing it. Left corner tray by Ava Roffler, and we're going to have a delay of game here because the net gets tied up in the rim. Ooh, good jump there by the official. The official jumped up and brought it down himself. He said, we don't need to throw the ball up there and get that net down. I've got a few hops of my own here. But Ava Roffler's hit 2 3-point balls tonight for Bishop Garrigan. Coming into tonight, Roffler had been 1 out of 5 on 3-point makes, so she doubled her output. Here's Krukenberg left side, heading around towards the right, drives downhill into the lane, her runner off glass, no. Rebound peeled away by Tegas, and she'll bring it out with 52 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Bishop Garrigan freshman slings it across towards Olish. Bounces the pass into the right corner to Hoagland, 46 seconds remaining. Out towards Roffler, around left to Montag, left corner. Montag brings it back to the center, and that'll be a foul on Weiner for Newman Catholic. Gave Montag a little love tap there as she went by, and that'll be foul number 3 against Newman Catholic. With 40 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Eastman and Bartolo getting set to re-enter the ballgame for the Golden Bears. Ava Roffler and Alyssa Hoagland go to the bench. Well, it wasn't a long time in the game for Roffler, but that was some good minutes off the bench. She does a lot of things that don't show up in the score sheet, a lot of hustle plays. She'll get a lot of rebounds as well, but you always love to see those shooting numbers go up for Roffler, and Bishop Garrigan, plenty of 3-point shooting depth on their bench of Hoagland and Roffler, showing it right there. Bartolo splitting down the lane, feeding the rolling Eastman, getting to the bucket and scoring. Bishop Garrigan dissecting the Newman Catholic defense right there, and it's 9 points by Eastman. This is a huge 3rd quarter for the Golden Bears. 52-26. This was a single-digit game at halftime. 3-point ball too strong by Knoll, but racing in there for the rebound is Bliley. Bliley has been great on the offensive glass tonight. A guard who really hustles after those 50-50 balls. Weiner runs in, but she got her pocket picked by Stacia Olish. Olish into the forecourt. 5 seconds left. Deals to Bartolo at the very end of the quarter. Lets it fly. And deflection no good. Put back no by Eastman. And the quarter is over. Bishop Garrigan dominates the 3rd quarter. They stun Newman Catholic and go up 52-26 as we head to the 4th on Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Signworks Inc. For all your signage needs and printed apparel, stop in or call 295-9544.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
West Bend Ford, meeting your service, new and used vehicle needs.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying Steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
All sponsors of this game broadcast. Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown Home Country Radio.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
Dump It, Kasuth County's local and reliable waste service provider for commercial and residential customers.
Albert Electric, flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants where everyone counts.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
Hey Golden Bear fans, this is Zoe Montag and you're listening to Bishop Garrigan Basketball on KLGA.
Bishop Garrigan right now proving the mathematical theory that 3 is greater than 2. The 3-point shots continuing for Bishop Garrigan, as here's a free by Newman Catholic. That one rims out, and Eastman with a contested rebound. It got knocked out of her hands though by Bliley. It's still loose on the floor. Scrap for the rebound. Bliley comes out of it. She feeds Jasperson in the lane, who puts it up and in. I'll tell you what, Brooke Bliley is a player that any coach would love to have on our team. She is winning the A+ Maximum Hustle Award here tonight. She's gotten all those loose basketballs for Newman Catholic, and that 2 points may have gone to Jasperson, but that was all Bliley there on the hustle to peel that rebound away. 7:22 in the fourth quarter, 52-28. Golden Bears take us barreling inside. Right-handed shot, no. Eastman putback, missed on the putback. Looked like she got squared up that time, but directed that shot a little bit too far off towards the right side of the bucket. Golden Bears dominated the third quarter. They outscored Newman Catholic 23-5. Newman Catholic just 10 points between the second and third quarters after they went up 16-14 after one. Here's a free by Knoll as she tickles the twine on that one to make it 52-31. First 3-point make of the night by Knoll. 4 points for her, and it's 52-31 as the Golden Bears have the advantage. Bartolo kicks out towards Montag. Montag left across the lane, curls around, got to the rack. No one stopped the ball, and Montag lays it in. 54-31. Montag worked her way across the paint, had the defense on her initially, and then eventually everyone just dropped off as Montag took it to the cup. Golden Bears with the advantage. Bliley across the lane, lost the ball, but it went right to Jasperson. In the corner to Knoll, tries again for a three. That one deadens off the rim, loose on the right block. Montag tried to peel it away, and again Bliley in there for the tie-up. Well, regardless of the final score tonight, no one can accuse Brooke Bliley of not putting in maximum effort here. She'll get a well-deserved seat on the bench. She's doing all the right things that don't show up on the score sheet for Newman Catholic. Tie was forced, but the possession arrow is towards Bishop Garrigan as the Golden Bears bring the ball across half court with Emmy Bartolo. 3-point shot, the primary offense tonight for the Golden Bears, but got that last two by Montag. Here is Takis dealing out to Montag on the right wing. Montag fakes left, spins right, now goes back to her left side. She'll drive in just like last time, got to the rack again, but couldn't spin that one up and in. And Jasperson collects the rebound along the baseline directly underneath the bucket. Tuesday against Belmont Clemmy, Bishop Garrigan shot really well on the 3-point ball, but not so well on the 2-point ball. As here's the feed to Jasperson in the paint. Jasperson outside to Weiner, of 5:52 left in the fourth quarter. Back into Jasperson, right block, powers it over Bartolo and scored. Had a mouse in the house that time, and Newman Catholic makes it 54-33. The taller Jasperson able to get a couple points there. But Tuesday night, Bishop Garrigan shot 37% on 3-point balls. They only shot 36% on twos, which that's a rare feat to shoot higher on threes than twos. Eastman pivots up and under on the right block, powers it up and in. That time Eastman is in a one-on-one matchup, and she forces her way into double digits with 11 points. For reference on the season, Bishop Garrigan is shooting 32% on 3-point shots. They're shooting 49.4% on twos. So they're not very efficient on twos on Tuesday night, but they made up for it with a barrage of 3-pointers. Foul on Bishop Garrigan on the other end of the court. Second personal foul on Zoe Montag. As Bishop Garrigan sets up 2-3 here on the inbounds defense. Newman Catholic lines up all four players on the foul line exactly. Into Jasperson. Eastman blocks the shot on a foul. A lot of ball there for Eastman, but a little bit of contact as well. Again, that might have been some lower body contact there against Jasperson, who picks up Eastman's third personal foul. Second team foul on Bishop Garrigan. And Jasperson will head to the line for 2 shots. First free throw for Jasperson, and the rim will spit that one back out as the score stays 56-33. Very balanced scoring tonight for Bishop Garrigan. Eastman of 11. Alish joining her in double digits of 10. It's 9 by Tigges, 8 by Bartolo, 7 by Montag if you look at the starting 5. Second free throw for Jasperson is good, and it's 56-34. Golden Bears on top here from the Bishop Garrigan High School Gymnasium. Golden Bears seeking their 5th win in a row as Montag collects the ball top of the key, passes into the right side to Tigges, now back up top to Bartolo. Wide open tray, rims out no good. Rebound briefly controlled by Knoll, out of bounds though as Alish was there to dislodge it. Knocked it out along the area of the baseline where Gary the Bear always resides, staring menacingly at the opposing team. staring daggers at the Newman Catholic players as ball gets inbounded by Weiner to Krukenberg, or by Knoll to Krukenberg, that is, as Krukenberg works with 16 points tonight. Guarded by Bartolo, and Bartolo with the foul that time. Bumped hips of Krukenberg, and that'll be foul number 3 against Bishop Garrigan, coming with 4:51 left here in the fourth quarter. It'll be Nielsen and Hoagland checking in for the Golden Bears. Roffler entering as well. They're going to come get Tigas, Montag, and Olish will be the other player to go to the Pine right now. But the three-point shooting continuing tonight for the Golden Bears. They've made 7.5 threes per game on average, second most in Class 1A, only behind Montezuma, who's making over 8 threes per game. But the three-point shooting has been there tonight when Garrigan's needed it the most. Weiner throws the ball away. She was trying to locate Jasperson, but that pass came in a little low, and Jasperson unable to reach it as the ball goes out of bounds back to Bishop Garrigan. Newman Catholic turns the ball over less than any team in the top of Iowa East, 16 turnovers per game. Golden Bears, though, averaging just 11.6 turnovers per game on their end, and after a clean first quarter by Newman Catholic, the turnovers have picked up a little bit more here as the game's gone on. Pass goes inside to Tagus, works her way around trouble. Make that Eastman, works her way around and goes up and in. Great job by Eastman spinning towards the center of the lane that time where she can get square to the bucket and set the ball in for 2 points, as she has now forced her way up to 13 tonight. Here's a baseline jumper on the way. There's a swish by Rosalind Jasperson, and it's 58-36 right now. 4:09 left in the fourth quarter. Bartolo the other way, deals to Roffler, who has 2 3-point makes already tonight. Back out to Bartolo. The Garrigan Jr. finds Eastman inside, works to the center of the lane again. Weiner peeled the ball out. A good poke away by Weiner, but it rolls out to Bartolo. At the foul line now to the right to Hoagland. Lets it fly. No good on the 3, a little bit too strong. Fight for the rebound in the corner, and looked like Nielsen ran into Knoll that time. They won't whistle a foul there, but they will say ball out of bounds. Last touch by Newman Catholic. Bliley back into the ball game as Audrey Jasperson goes to the bench. And this will be a Nielsen inbound play here from the sideline as Nielsen will stand in front of the Golden Bear bench down to our right. 58-36 Golden Bears, finds Eastman, give and go to Nielsen from the lane, jumper, and that's going to be a travel against Nielsen. Couldn't land cleanly there, she collected the pass from Eastman. Not a bad idea, though, for the Golden Bears of how much attention Eastman's attracting. Do a little give and go there to a mid-range shot by Nielsen. That's something that Coach Schwab will keep in his bag for later on in the season. Well, Newman Catholic, they've employed that 1-3-1 defense tonight against the Golden Bears. As here's the drive by Weiner. Shot got engulfed by Eastman and knocked out of bounds. Don't know if that was a shot or a pass. It might have been a pass, but either way, Eastman just stood vertically there and knocked it out of bounds with her forearms with 3:36 on the clock. Newman Catholic went away from their primary defense, the 2-3 zone, and went to a 1-3-1 tonight against the Golden Bears. They saw the way Bishop Garrigan was able to pick apart the West Bend Mallard and Belmont Clemmy 2-3 zones the past couple of games. As here's a floater, up and good. Jasperson from just inside of 15 feet to make it 58-38. But Coach Schwab had a great explanation in the pregame show as Eastman hits the spin move, got inside but missed the shot as she goes stumbling away from the bucket, and rebound is controlled by Newman Catholic. Coach Schwab gave us this great detailed breakdown of how to beat the 2-3 zone and what the Golden Bears were looking for as far as reads are concerned, and then Newman Catholic didn't really even play the 2-3 zone tonight besides one possession that I saw earlier. Feed to Weiner in the lane, draws contact, put it up and in somehow and scored. Weiner just floated that ball up, hoping it would go somewhere near the bucket as she was falling to the ground, and it dropped in nothing but net. Chance for a 3-point play by Tess Weiner. That's just her 4th point of the night, Eastman's 4th personal foul. But if you're just tuning in at 6:15 at the start of the game, folks, tune in at 6, see what Coach Schwab has to say every night, because Coach Schwab breaks down a lot of concepts that may be simple when you're on the basketball floor, maybe simple for him to implement, but for your average folks like me and you, it's, oh, that's a great point. But he had a great breakdown of what the Golden Bears do against 2-3 zones earlier in this game and what they were looking for tonight. Coach Schwab doesn't coach speak here a whole lot. He tells you what the Golden Bears are up to. As there's a floater by Olish, no. Picked up along the baseline. Olish rips the ball away and kicks it out to Hoagland. Hoagland pulls the court on the 3 and she splashed it. Alyssa Hoagland, another deep shot. And it's 61-41 Golden Bears. This Bishop Garrigan team, dangerous from downtown, and they are proving it here tonight. The number 5 ranked percentage 3-point shooting team in Class 1A are the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears, and they have knocked down those threes all throughout the night to get above that 60-point mark again. Here's Jasperson finding Bliley, driving down the lane, stopping for a 14-footer, missed everything. Loose ball is collected, though, by Krukenberg. Pump fakes, can't draw Eastman up in the air. She'll kick it out instead. Free ball by Knoll, and Knoll rattles it in. Kate Knoll for her 2nd 3-pointer of the night, and that'll make the score 61-43 Bishop Garrigan, with 2:05 remaining in the 4th quarter. Or 61-44, they've got it 61-44 on the scoreboard, so I guess I was a point behind there on mine. The feed inside towards Eastman. Give and go to Nielsen. She draws the foul. She put it in. Carly Nielsen will buy one, and she'll take one for free as well. She'll shoot for a chance at a 3-point play. Bishop Garrigan has used that give and go quite often here tonight. Newman Catholic's actually defended it pretty well up to this point, but that time they got him on that one, and Brooke Bliley picks up her second personal foul. Chance for a 3-point play here from Carly Nielsen. Graceland Van Larry into the ball game, the 5'11 junior for Newman Catholic for the first time tonight. Macy Marquis into the ball game as well, the 5'7 senior, as the Knights waving the white flag here late. Free throw up and in as Nielsen converts, and it's 62-44. Give Nielsen 5 points tonight. And a lot of hustle plays once again for the Golden Bears, who lead by 20 over Newman Catholic. The number 4 ranked team in Class 1A, Bishop Garrigan, well on their way here to win number 12 of the season. Here's Knoll bringing the ball across half court for Newman Catholic. Final 146 of this one. Driving inside is Bliley, threads the pass right side to Van Larry, gets it out to Marquis, who backs up, dribbles across the lane, gives the top of the key to Jasperson. Starts left, goes right, works around Eastman. Eastman rejected that shot right at the paint. Eastman picking up the blocks here tonight for the Golden Bears as Tigas goes the other direction to Bartolo. In the corner to Olish with 126 left. Works around to the right. Olish finds Montag in the corner as she'll head fake. Olish now 6 straight games of 10-plus points, by the way. She has 10 tonight. 20 on the shot clock. Montag across the foul line, taking it right to the rack, and ball got blocked out of bounds. Bishop Garrigan will keep it with 1:13 remaining in quarter number 4. Addison Ferris will dust off the shoes and enter the ball game. Here's Eastman, will end her night with 13 points. Ferris, the 5'5 freshman for Bishop Garrigan. As Tigas gets it in towards Olish. Olish, deep tray from the left side, no. And Bartolo grabs the rebound with 107 left. 20-point Bishop Garrigan advantage. Newman in a 2-free zone here for what it's worth, for 101 left in this ball game. Olish pumps towards the corner. She'll fling it across to the right side instead from Montag, who makes a leaping catch. Tried to find Ferris and get her a shot, but that pass got intercepted by Bliley. Bliley runs the floor. Nice poke away by Olish. Ball rolls out of bounds. With 50.9 seconds left. Golden Bears will get it back. It went off the leg of Bliley on its way out. It'll be Nielsen, Hoagland, and Roffler entering the ball game for Bishop Garrigan, as a few starters will retire for the evening. Olish, Bartolo, and Montag, those Garrigan guards, all checking out for tonight, as the Golden Bears lead right now 64-44. 20-point Garrigan advantage with 45 seconds left. Here's Ferris handling the ball. She finds Roffler with 41 seconds remaining in this one. Roffler gives off to Hoagland, top of the arc, now to Tigas. Finds Nielsen right wing. Gives the ball to Roffler. Roffler launching another free. Oh, she converts again! Third free-pointer of the night by Ava Roffler. She had one coming into today, and it's 67-44 Golden Bears. 5 straight games of 67 or more points for Bishop Garrigan. The drive, the bank, and the score by Knoll. Knoll able to infiltrate the lane that time and make it 67-44. Make it 67-46, I beg your pardon. As 10 seconds remain on the clock, Ferris from the top of the arc. Sure, why not? She'll let it fly. Left the three-pointer short. Rebound is reeled in by Knoll, and the final 2 seconds are ticking away. Knoll into the front court, got the three-point look off with the horn. It's no good, and Bishop Garrigan will put win number 5 in a row in their back pocket. Newman Catholic battled early, but Bishop Garrigan stepped to the defense and rained down the three-point shots to win this one tonight, 67-46. Golden Bears with the victory, now 12-2 on the season. Newman Catholic's 5-game win streak comes to an end, as their record will drop to 9-3. We'll step aside and look at the final scoring numbers after this on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Central Financial Group, where you belong.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona Tree Service.
Styles Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Farm and Home Services. View their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small. They love them all.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
All bringing you this ball game.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bacon at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
We We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Frame and Auto Body. We meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch. There's so much to love.
Cotton Gray Farm Management and Land Realty, downtown Algona. Trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Algona Livestock. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio. For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Wrapping things up for game number 1 of our basketball doubleheader on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. The Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears overcome a slow start tonight, and they defeat the Newman Catholic Knights 67-46, our final count in this one. Before we look at our final stats, we'll give a thank you to our video streaming sponsors making the Algona Radio YouTube page possible. Those sponsors include Algona Municipal Utilities, community-owned for community benefit; Chemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care; Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed; Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident; and PMC Advantage Insurance Services, where having the advantage makes all the difference. Scoring by quarter tonight, Newman Catholic had the 16-14 lead after 1. After that, Bishop Garrigan turned the game around. They outscored Newman Catholic 15-5 in the second, as the Golden Bears went up 29-21 at halftime. And much like Tuesday night against Belmont Clemmy, Bishop Garrigan blew the game wide open in the third quarter, outscoring Newman Catholic 23-5. At the end of the third, the Golden Bears were doubling up the Newman Catholic Knights 52-26. In the fourth, Newman Catholic had the scoring advantage 20-15, but it was not enough as the Golden Bears take home the win tonight 67-46. Individual scoring, an extremely balanced night for Newman Catholic. A lot of attention was paid to Graceland Eastman, but in spite of that, she still finished with 13 points, a lot of that in the second half. She was joined in double digits by Sasha Alsh, who had 10. Madeline Tagus scored 9 points tonight. It was Emmy Bartolo with 8. Zoe Montag scored 7. Almost forgot, Ava Roffler scored 9 points tonight. She had 3 free-pointers, one of Bishop Garrigan's leading scorers in this one. Carly Nielsen had 5 points, and Alyssa Hoagland had 6, coming off the Golden Bear bench as well. For the Knights of Newman Catholic, Sammy Krugenberg led the way of 16, most of that coming in half number 1 from the top of Iowa East points per game leader. She was followed up by Rosalind Jasperson, who had 8 points. Kate Knoll had 9 points to be Newman Catholic's second leading scorer tonight. Audrey Jasperson had 5, Tess Weiner had 4, Brooke Bliley with 3 in this one for Newman Catholic. Golden Bears with the win, they improved to 12-2 overall in the season. They have a 5-game win streak going on right now. Newman Catholic falls to 9-3 overall as their 5-game win streak comes to an end. Well, coming into tonight, it was another one of those games, much like Monday night against West Bend Mallard, where the Golden Bears were playing a team that they've typically had a lot of success against if you look at recent seasons, but a team that has a lot better record than last season. Newman Catholic off to a 9-2 start, clearly a much improved team from last year. We saw it the way they started this game against Bishop Garrigan. A lot of teams come into this game, they see the mystique of Bishop Garrigan, and there's a little bit of an intimidation factor entering Garrigan's gym, but that was not the case for Newman Catholic tonight. They looked cool, calm, and composed to begin this game and really took it to the Golden Bears in quarter number 1 offensively. That mid-range shot was dropping extremely well for Newman Catholic. They were taking care of the basketball and not turning it over, and Golden Bears had a little trouble getting any sort of rhythm going offensively as Newman Catholic had the 2-point lead after 1, but the middle 2 quarters, Bishop Garrigan really made their hay. They outscored Newman Catholic 38-10 in the middle 2 quarters, and part of the problem for Newman Catholic, Bishop Garrigan really started to adjust defensively. They took away drives to the bucket. They took away transition buckets as well for Newman Catholic, and the Knights, you just have to be really efficient offensively to trade punches with Bishop Garrigan and be able to do that. We saw one of the teams that defeated Bishop Garrigan this year, Forest City. They were about as efficient as you could possibly get coming into this gym to win that game. So to beat Bishop Garrigan at home, we've got to be so efficient on offense. And the Knights, they just don't knock shots down quite consistently enough, especially from your long range, to really trade offensive punches with the Golden Bears. We saw that sort of in the middle 2 quarters when the Newman Catholic offense dried up a little bit. The turnovers came back, and Bishop Garrigan was their normal self offensive production-wise, scoring 15 points in the second and 23 points in the third. But give this to Newman Catholic over on the top of Iowa East. They're certainly a conference title contender. Obviously, tonight's loss to Garrigan doesn't count against their conference record, but their 5-game win streak does come to an end. But certainly a much improved Newman Catholic team than the one Bishop Garrigan saw last season and defeated in a 69-31 blowout. This year, Newman Catholic had a good plan against Graceland Eastman. They kind of swarmed her. They said, well, Bishop Garrigan, maybe they'll have a cold shooting night from three-point land, and that just wasn't the case. It was not a good three-point shooting night for the Golden Bears, and that inside-out game, that combination of offense where Garrigan can score in the paint, they can score in mid-range, and they can score from the outside. You can't take it all away. And tonight, Newman Catholic just couldn't take away the Bishop Garrigan three-point shot as the Golden Bears win this one to improve to 12-2. So finally a long weekend for the Golden Bears. A couple of three-game weeks back-to-back here, and they'll get ready for a game Tuesday night against Lake Mills. Newman Catholic will lick their wounds here, and they will play tomorrow night against North Butler. That'll wrap up our girls' game broadcast. Coming up, we will get to the boys' game as Bishop Garrigan takes on Newman Catholic on that one. That's coming up in about 9 minutes here on Hometown Radio KLGA. In the meantime, we will talk with Newman Catholic head coach Jerry Gatton. That's next after this.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bacon at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
And we have boys high school basketball action coming up on Hometown Radio KLGA as the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears take on the Newman Catholic Knights. And right now we're joined by Newman Catholic head coach Jerry Gatton. Coach, should be a great game tonight as we're looking forward to Bishop Garrigan taking on Newman Catholic. Thank you so much for giving us a few minutes here today on the pregame show.
No problem. Thank you for covering us.
Coach, as we begin here today, the team's played 4 games since winter break with a 3-1 record in the month of January. So I guess just take the listeners through the past couple of games and what some of your big takeaways so far have been coming out of winter break.
Well, coming out of winter break is always about how well you've adjusted to maybe some of your first half problems or issues that you've had. I feel like we've gotten better. Last night we kind of took a step back, but, we hit a hot shooting team that kind of kill you too. But we've improved, but we have a lot more that we have to improve on. I've been very happy with the progression after Christmas.
And, Coach, the team obviously has quite a few returners this season from last year. And last year you guys saw Thomas McGuire and Wesley Cole step into the lineup as freshmen and really make an immediate impact. So it's safe to say expectations for them were pretty big coming into this season. How have you seen those two take those expectations and sort of run with them this season?
Yes and no. They're both very good ball players. I think I wished I'd like to see, basketball IQ a little bit better. There's still a lot more, especially being young, which is great, a lot more that they can grow on. Obviously, they're two of our main components of our games. I'd love to see Wesley Cole play a little bit more of a stronger game inside, and Thomas be able to take more people off the dribble because I think he really has the ability to do it. But expectations are high for them. I don't try to put that on them because I don't want that. There's 3 to 5 other guys that I want to take some of that load from them that will create a better game for both of them also.
And, Coach, in tonight's matchup, you guys take on the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears. What are some things that you've seen so far looking at the Bishop Garrigan film coming into this game?
I can be honest, I haven't watched a lot of them. I'll be honest, after the first year, because of the way we started the first of the year too, and a couple losses I really wasn't pleased about. I started really looking more at just what we had to work on. Obviously I watched a little bit of film. I watched a little bit of bits and pieces of their game last night against Belmont. They're a good team. They got some good returning guys coming back, as far as Tate and Carter coming back, and a couple nice big guys inside, and then you got Michael Joyce too. So they got a pretty well-rounded team, so it's going to be a tough game.
And, Coach, there's something to be said about a program really kind of looking at itself and focusing on what they need to do. When you look at your current team right now, what are some of those areas you're really trying to focus on here in the next part of the year to improve going forward?
Well, we got to get better defensively covering the 3. Our rebounding, defensive rebounding at times, we don't get to the guys like we should. So those are some really main ones. No different than any other coach. You want to limit the turnovers. They're going to happen with the way we play because I do want us to play fast. But as I tried to stress with our boys, I go, every possession does count. Although I want us to play fast, we got to play smart. And sometimes we lack that. Sometimes we want to play too fast and not very smart.
And, Coach, on the offensive side of the basketball, obviously the team's going to need to put up some points tonight against Bishop Garrigan to be able to win this one. So what does an effective offensive night look like for your guys?
I would say making sure we're getting our 75 points up a game and everybody's contributing. And I know that's pretty cliche. I think every coach would like to tell you that, but when you look at the high school level, usually it's 2 or 3 guys that are your main scorers, and the rest are your support. And I really stress the part of team basketball. And these guys, they know that, and I think they do a good job. When we do a good job of it, we play really well. When we don't, and we start settling, that's when we can get in trouble. So my expectations is to come out. We've got to come out and we got to play good defense, like I know we're capable of. And then we just got to limit our turnovers and take good shots.
And, Coach, along that same theme as we wrap up, what do you see as the biggest key in this game for a Newman Catholic victory?
Basically is limiting the outside shots, taking away making it one and done. Not allowing any offensive rebounds for them to get extra opportunities.
Coach, great to talk to you today. We thank you so much for your time on the pregame show and wish you best of luck in today's game.
Thanks, Tyler.
That is Newman Catholic head coach Jerry Gatton with his pregame thoughts. When we come back, tip-off between the 7-3 Knights and the 11-2 Golden Bears on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown Home Country Radio.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
Dump It, Kasuth County's local and reliable waste service provider for commercial and residential customers.
Albert Electric, flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants where everyone counts.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All bringing you this game on the radio. When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Good Samaritan Society, Algona's senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, Algona's locally owned coffee shop.
Tangle Salon for all your cuts, colors, hair extensions, and massage therapy needs.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping, 515-320-3840.
All bringing you this ball game.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game.
Runkey Brothers Full Service. Experience the Runkey Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Nutrien Ag Solutions of Irvington and Laverne for all your crop input needs.
Erpelding Voigt and Company CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee. Use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
All bringing you this ball game.
It's time to meet the starting lineup for the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears.
Nick Lear, senior, number 34.
And now Lear jumps the pass. Is intended for Lostrom. Runs the floor, sails in, layup good.
Amari Thomas, junior, number 33.
And Thomas intercepts the pass. He runs the floor. Look out! Thomas jams it!
Tate Furch, junior, number 4.
Extra pass to Furch. Corner pocket tray. They answer! Tate Furch ties it! 2 seconds left. Timeout for City. Tate Furch, cool as the other side of the pillow.
Carter Schwab, junior, number 24.
1.2 seconds left. Schwab from 3/4 court. Oh, and he put it in! Carter Schwab knocks down the three right before halftime.
Michael Joyce, sophomore, number 11.
And the inbounds play is going nowhere. Joyce picks it up to the backcourt, and he's going to flush it! Michael Joyce with the first throwdown of his high school career. Tip-off of your game is coming up next on Hometown and Home Country Radio. The starting line for Coach Meister, Coach Freilich, and the 11-2 Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears looking for their 5th win in a row tonight as they take on the Newman Catholic Knights. The Knights coming in with an overall record of 7-3. And for head coach Jerry Gatton, they will try out a lineup with the 6-foot sophomore Thomas McGuire, the 6-foot senior Isaiah Keston, 6'2 senior Colin Bliley, 6'4 senior Cal McGuire, and 6'2 sophomore Wesley Cole. We are live here on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream as our video stream is presented by Algona Municipal Utilities, community-owned for community benefit. Chemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident. And PMC Advantage Insurance Services, where having the advantage makes all the difference. So a big non-conference test tonight for the Golden Bears, who have played 2 games so far this week, and so far, so good for Bishop Garrigan. They blew out West Bend Mallard on Monday night by a final count of 93-45. And then Tuesday night, big-time test from a Belmont Clemmy team that is having a breakthrough season. But the Golden Bears rallied in the 4th quarter, and they won that game 61-54 to pick up their 4th victory in a row and battle their way to an 11-2 record. They'll take on a Newman Catholic team that's had the upper hand against Bishop Garrigan in recent years. Bishop Garrigan did defeat Newman Catholic last year, 63-49 in Mason City, but Newman Catholic has won 4 of the last 5 matchups against the Golden Bears and coming in with a 7-3 overall record. So should be a good non-conference matchup between these 2 schools tonight. Newman Catholic wearing the maroon, or wearing the black uniforms, I beg your pardon. The maroon lettering and numbering on the front and back of the uniform outlined in white. Bishop Garrigan in the home white uniforms tonight. They've got the gold numerals on the front and back of the uniforms here in front of their home crowd from Bishop Garrigan High School. Final game of the week for the Golden Bears. No game tomorrow night. Bishop Garrigan is the top of Iowa West team. There's 9 teams in the conference, so one team's got to have a night off from conference games, and tomorrow night's Bishop Garrigan's turn of a night off. So after tonight, you've got a long week to relax, but today's the day. Empty out the tank, leave it all on the floor, and then get ready for Lake Mills Tuesday night. Focus tonight goes right towards Newman Catholic. You heard from head coach Jerry Gatton in the pregame. Newman Catholic, a good record so far overall of a 7-3 mark, but Coach Gatton is still looking for a lot more. He was very blunt in his assessment of his team. Yes, they have done some good things so far this season, but it's pretty clear he doesn't feel they played their best basketball yet. But a good time to start playing their best basketball will be tonight against a Golden Bear team that's only dropped 2 games so far this season. Their season opening 56-51 loss against St. Edmund, then a buzzer-beating 59-57 loss against the Forest City Indians not that long ago. Like I said, good crowd here tonight. Getting loud, and here's the starting lineups have been introduced. These are the top scoring teams in their respective conference. Newman Catholic, the #1 scoring offense in the top of Iowa East, just under 67 points per game. Bishop Garrigan, the #1 scoring offense in the top of Iowa West at 67.6 points per game. So both of these teams want to get out and run. We could see a few offensive fireworks here tonight if that expectation holds up. At midcourt for Bishop Garrigan, the 6'3" junior Amari Thomas, as he will go up against the 6'4" senior Cal McGuire for Newman Catholic. McGuire wearing that arm sleeve on his right arm. Amari Thomas wearing the knee brace on his left leg as the officials for tonight's matchup, same as the girls' matchup, Garrett Wirtz, Travis Berkey, and Corey Coolman to officiate tonight's game. It's Newman Catholic and Bishop Garrigan, and it's underway as McGuire wins the tap for Newman Catholic, and the Knights move from left to right on the radio dial. Here is Bliley handling the rock, cut off by Lear, edge of the paint, as we'll give it to McGuire. McGuire comes into the lane towards Bliley. He pumps, he shoots over Lear, and Lear is able to reject that shot. He got a hand all over it as Bliley couldn't overcome the 6'7" Nick Lear. Now here's Schwab deep on the left wing for Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bears #1 in the top of Iowa West in scoring offense. Newman Catholic #5 in the top of Iowa East in scoring defense, coughing up just 50 points per game. Joyce with the hard jump stop, the kick out to Thomas. Now to Schwab on the right wing. Schwab, the second-team all-conference selection last year in the top of Iowa West, who's averaging 15.5 points per game, finds Joyce. Joyce baseline J, rattles and drops through. The nice soft jumper by Michael Joyce to provide Bishop Garrigan their first offense of the night, 2-0 Golden Bears. Cole finds the trailing Thomas McGuire. McGuire, a 12-point per game scorer, hands off to Cal McGuire, who himself is an 8-point per game scorer. Everyone in the Newman Catholic starting lineup scoring at least 8 points per game as they're balanced offensively from the starting lineup. Not a ton of depth off the bench, though. No one on the bench more than 2.8 points for Newman Catholic. So their starting 5 is going to be relied on to carry the scoring load. Cole is able to give it off to Keston. The Newman Catholic senior explodes towards the bucket. Got right by Schwab, and he got to the rack for 2. Big-time acceleration by Isaiah Keston, who's averaging 10 points per game for Newman Catholic. Furch shovels outside to Schwab, intercepted. Here's Bliley running the floor on the approach, and he tried for the dunk, but he lost control of the ball. Keston falls and misses. Third opportunity to Keston. It's no good, and Schwab snatches the rebound. A blown opportunity for Newman early. Joyce pulls up for a tray, rattles off the rim. Thomas box out, Thomas put back, Thomas score. Amari Thomas has really upped his physicality since last season. He has grown into a big-time post presence for the Golden Bears. Keston working against Schwab, gets it out to McGuire on the elbow. Cal McGuire to Thomas McGuire, now right of center. McGuire screens from McGuire. Into the right corner to Cal. We'll check that to Bliley. Now Cal McGuire finds the cutting Isaiah Keston. Pass down towards the baseline, but a traveling violation before that pass, and a turnover by Newman Catholic. Knights turning it over just under 15 times per game, as Bishop Garrigan maintains an early 4-2 lead in this one. Golden Bears defeated Newman Catholic last season, 63-59. Thomas McGuire, the leading Knights scorer in that game of 14 points. Cal McGuire had 11, and Wesley Cole had 10 in that Bishop Garrigan victory as the Golden Bears held off a Newman Catholic charge late in the fourth quarter. Schwab, a corner pocket tray, and Schwab finds the bottom of the net. Bishop Garrigan's first three of the night, and it's a 7-2 Golden Bear lead early on in this ball game. Schwab at nearly 34% shooting from three-point land so far this season. Bishop Garrigan as a team, 33.9% three-point shooting, #1 in the conference. Here's a hard drive to the bucket by Bliley, and he got fouled on the play. A couple free throws here coming for the Newman Catholic senior. This is a Newman Catholic starting lineup of 3 seniors and 2 sophomores. Keston, Bliley, and then Cal McGuire, the 3 seniors, and then Thomas McGuire and Wesley Cole, the 2 sophomores. Both McGuire and Cole played key roles off the bench last season for Newman Catholic. His first free throw goes down. They, in fact, were the 2 leading scorers from the Knights, both coming off the bench, but this year wedging their way into the starting lineup. Bliley, 65.5% for the foul line, makes both, and it's 7-4 right now as Bishop Garrigan has the early 3-point lead over Newman Catholic. Joyce deals over the Schwab, guarded by McGuire on the left side. Now it's a Thomas who pops out to the top of the key. Around to the right towards Furch, takes one dribble and slings left to Schwab now. Schwab contested 3 over McGuire, off the rim, flying into rebound Lear, puts it back up, ball pops out of the cup. Lear, third opportunity, ball stripped away. Lear got it back. He powers it up, no good. And the rebound snatched out of the sky by Thomas McGuire. Gets it out to Isaiah Keston. With the acceleration, hands off to the trailing McGuire on the left wing, crosses over Furch, deals into the corner to Cal McGuire. Works the baseline and turns back around, getting it outside on the wing to Bliley. In underneath to Keston, power dribble, kick out top of the key to McGuire. Plenty of time, 20 on the shot clock for Newman Catholic. McGuire sidesteps into a tray, off the back iron, and Joyce, contested rebound over Cal McGuire. Now Joyce steps on the accelerator, drives to the bucket, trying to feed the cutting Furch inside. Ball got knocked out of range towards Lear, out beyond the 3-point line. Now to Furch. Deals left to Schwab, into the post. Lear and Thomas both on the block as Lear kicks it out towards Furch. Garrigan offense, not good space in there, but Furch finds Thomas right side this time. Thomas powers it up and in. The QB1 dealing to his tight end. That's 4 early points by Amari Thomas and a 9-4 Bishop Garrigan lead. Thomas did a great job readjusting after ending up in the exact same spot as Lear early in that possession. Here's the shovel by Keston. He gets it to McGuire, bumping bodies inside, and that'll be a jump ball. McGuire ran into a little traffic that time, but that was a let-them-play moment there for the officials. Possession arrow towards Bishop Garrigan. Newman Catholic will make the call to the bench. Brady Martin and Lucas Nelson, a pair of juniors, into the ball game for Newman Catholic. Trayton Sink, a senior for Bishop Garrigan, enters the ball game along with Drew Mahler, another senior. Lear and Thomas goes to the bench for the Golden Bears. And McGuire and Cole head to the pine for Newman Catholic. 9-4 Bishop Garrigan, quarter #1. Golden Bears find Joyce left side. Mahler trying to post up inside. He gets the feed, working against McGuire. Now back out to Schwab. Here's Schwab crossing over. Ball got poked away, though. And here comes the run out the other way by Bliley. He flies in, went for the layup that time, and a late foul. A late foul by Thomas, and Bliley with a chance for a 3-point play. It's 9-6 right now as Bishop Garrigan's on top of Newman Catholic. Bliley did not go for the dunk that time. He made sure to secure the ball and get the high percentage play of the layup as Thomas picks up his first personal foul. Bliley, the #2 scorer on Newman Catholic this year, 12.1 points per game, and that free throw will settle into the cup as Newman Catholic down by 2 here to Bishop Garrigan in quarter #1. Schwab behind the back dribble, infiltrates the lane, deals to Joyce in the corner. Joyce stops, he's swarmed by a double team, he'll bounce it out to Mahler, rotates around left to Schwab, catch and shoot for the wing, Schwab left it short, rebound fought for at the foul line, it's peeled loose, Thomas on top of it, and that's a jump ball. Thomas and Keston getting tied up right in between the foul line and the top of the 3-point arc. This time possession arrow back towards Newman Catholic. Rebounding tonight is going to be very hard fought. Newman Catholic's averaging 35.6 rebounds per game. Bishop Garrigan, 34.5 rebounds per game. As Golden Bears generate a ton of second chance opportunities as we have touched on endlessly here in our broadcast this season. But well deserved because Golden Bears, they've got the top 2 rebounders in the top of Iowa West of Thomas and Lear. Top of the key, it's Bliley getting it outside to Keston with 3:13 on the clock, quarter number 1. He will find Bliley right side. Bliley will give it off to Martin on the wing. Martin goes left as he'll find Nelson. Nelson gets the screen by Martin, opens up a 3-point ball, deadens off the back of the cup, and Schwab with the box out in the center of the paint for the rebound. Joyce the other direction. Joyce driving downhill, threads the pass to Thomas. Thomas pivots 360. Thomas uses the window and he scores. Amari Thomas is so good at taking his eye off the bucket and then still finding a way to relocate it and hit it cleanly off the glass in spite of being amongst a ton of defenders. His touch around the bucket has been impeccable this season as he leads or I should say he's number 2 in the top of Iowa West in field goal percentage, as there's the drive by Keston. Ran into a body that time and lost the ball out of bounds as it will go back to Bishop Garrigan. Cole back into the ballgame for Newman Catholic, as is McGuire. Lear will re-enter for Bishop Garrigan of Thomas going to the bench. Golden Bears up 11-7 early in this one. Bishop Garrigan has been plagued by some slow starts this season, including against Belmont Clemmy yesterday. They scored the first 8 points of the ball game, did Bishop Garrigan, but after that gave up a 19-0 run to Belmont Clemmy before working their way back into the ball game. Here is Sink dealing right corner to Mahler. 2:17 left in the first quarter. Golden Bears have trailed 5 times at the end of one this season, but they're 4-1 in those games. Joyce, turn around from the lane, no. Lear grabs the rebound as he reached above everyone, threw it out in between Schwab and Joyce, and McGuire hustles the ball. McGuire's to the bucket, off glass for 2. Joyce and Schwab are just looking at each other, and the ball went right between, but then Mahler leaks out on the other end, and he'll score. Here comes the pace in this one. Nice find of Drew Mahler, cherry-picking his way down the floor. He didn't have time to get back up after that McGuire bucket before Golden Bears just were sending the ball with a full-court pass the other direction. Here's McGuire for Newman Catholic. The Knights scoring 67 points per game. Coach Gatton looking for 75 tonight as Cole pulls for a free ball. No, Martin on the rebound, but he'll get it outside to Nelson. Now back to Bliley. Bliley feeds Nelson inside. The pump fake, the foul, the score. That's Brady Martin with the 2, and that'll make it 13-11 right now. Chance for a 3-point play by the 6'1 Martin, who heads to the charity stripe. Newman Catholic has done a good job of getting the ball into the interior of the Bishop Garrigan defense so far. As Schwab checks out on the floor for Bishop Garrigan, it's going to be Mahler, Sink, Lear, Joyce, and Furch. Newman Catholic will send Nelson and Bliley to the pine. Cal McGuire back into the ball game as the free throw is up off the back of the cup, no good, as Martin can't finish the 3-point play, and the rebound falls into the hands of Joyce. Joyce steals to Sink. Sink slicing into the lane, jump stopping, pump faking, got the man to jump. He put it down and drew the foul. Trayton Sink right back at you. Almost the same situation as Newman Catholic on their possession. A solid pump fake. That can really be an underutilized aspect of offensive basketball, especially when you're in the center of the lane and you want to rust that shot up. But patient job by Sink, jump stopping. That hard pump fake got 2 guys to jump, and foul picked up by Cal McGuire. Sink free throw is good. Trayton Sink now 9 out of 14 from the foul line this season for Bishop Garrigan. And the Golden Bears have a 5-point lead, 16-11. Here's Thomas McGuire getting it to Cal McGuire. 1 step left of center. Over to Martin on the left side. Now out to McGuire, top of the arc. Flings it over to right to Cole. Cole, not a 3-point try. That one he cashes in. Nothing but net for Wesley Cole, and it's 16-14. Cole, the Knights' leading scorer at 17.1 points per game. 5th in the top of Iowa East in scoring as Furch works his way into the lane. Deals out to Joyce. They cut off that 3-point look that Joyce wanted to take. He'll give it to Furch, right back to Joyce. This time he'll shoot it. 3-point ball a little bit too strong as McGuire runs in for the board. McGuire finds McGuire. It's Cal McGuire out to Thomas McGuire, and Furch intercepts the pass. Furch runs the floor against McGuire, driving down the center of the paint, puts it off the glass and puts it in for 2. 18-14 Bishop Garrigan on Furch's first bucket of the night. We're seeing that early pace develop on both sides as Bishop Garrigan wants to get out and run. They're up by 4 right now. 21 seconds left in the quarter. The shot clock is off. Bucket is towards the right as Newman Catholic has the basketball right now of Keston. Keston with the handoff to Martin. Into the high post to McGuire. Tried to find the cutting Thomas McGuire, but the ball off his hands and taken by Furch. 8 seconds remaining in the quarter. Furch to Mahler, right back to Furch. 5 seconds, he finds Joyce. Joyce in creation mode. The sidestep, the 3, the make! At the very end of the first quarter, Michael Joyce switches the 3-point ball, and Bishop Garrigan goes up by 7. A fast-paced start to this one. Golden Bears hit a couple of outside shots, and they take a 21-14 lead as we move to the second on KLGA 92.7 and at the El Gordo Radio YouTube stream.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game.
Runkey Brothers Full Service. Experience the Runkey Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Nutrient Ag Solutions of Irvington and Laverne for all your crop input needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs. They're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee. Use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
All bringing you this ball game.
It's the 11-2 Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears and the 7-3 Newman Catholic Knights from Bishop Garrigan High School and on hometown radio KLGA Algona. As we begin the second quarter, it's Bishop Garrigan 21, Newman Catholic 14, as Michael Joyce knocks down a three-point shot right before the end of the quarter. The Golden Bears now have the basketball, moving from right to left on the radio dial. Schwab will find Muller on the wing. Two high-powered offenses going at it here tonight. Although Newman comes off a loss on Tuesday night as Bishop Garrigan finds Lear in the lane. Lear missed from point-blank range. The rebound is snatched down by McGuire. Newman Catholic was defeated 71-47 to Osage, their lowest scoring output of the season. Bliley finds the cutting Keston, missed from point blank. The team's trade point blank misses. Rebound comes down into the hands of Bliley. He'll give it to Keston again. Keston tries again, missed again from the paint. Rebounded in the lane by Sink, and Sink got run over by Bliley as he landed on top of Sink's back for the first team foul of the quarter by Newman Catholic. They'll give Keston that one, his first personal. But the Knights so far this season, they've scored 70 or more points in 5 of their 10 games. Like we said, they're averaging 67, so if this game turns into a track meet, these teams are both up for it. Furch on the right side. Furch comes to Lear, who pops out to the top of the key, rotates left wing towards Sink. Top of the arc towards Schwab. Finds Furch, jumping and passing inside to Lear on the block. Now has to Sink in the short corner. He'll rise for a two, and he'll knock it down. A sweet jump shot by Trayton Sink. He has really developed a jumper from that short corner, and it's 23-14 Garrigan. Penetrating the lane is Keston. His pass knocked away as he tried to kick it out to Bliley. Furch runs the other direction, shovels to Schwab. Schwab getting downhill, jump stepping inside. Hesitation, he puts it in and draws the foul. That subtle pump fake by Carter Schwab was able to induce that foul, and he will shoot for a chance at a three-point play. 25-14 Bishop Garrigan. Schwab had the straight line drive to the basket from the corner, caught into the center of the paint, and Schwab at 6 for 3 and a whole lot of muscle in there. He's not afraid to work in tight spaces, and Newman Catholic will find that out throughout the course of the night. That'll be the second personal foul on Cal McGuire, who heads to the pine right now for Newman Catholic. Into the ball game, Brady Martin, and Schwab, the 58.8% foul shooter, with a chance at a three-point play. Schwab free throw deflects off the rim, no good, and Martin secures the rebound fresh off the bench. The 6'1" Martin pushes into the front court, shovels to McGuire, now rotates around towards Cole. Thomas McGuire, the lone McGuire in the game right now. Here's the drive by Bliley. Shot got engulfed by Lear. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Nick Lear, who picked up yet another block. Lear, number 2 in the top of Iowa West right now in shot blocks. I've seen a couple early blocks from him so far in this one. Keston from the baseline. Looking. Nothing there initially, and he'll throw it in, but it's thrown right to Tate Furch. 2-on-2 here on the break. Furch feeds Thomas, faces the bucket. Thomas off glass, and the rim is going to spit that one back out. But Schwab steals the rebound away. Feeds Furch. Furch in the short corner. His jumper is an air ball, and Cole flies in for the rebound. Cole just over 5.5 rebounds per game for Newman Catholic. Here comes Keston as he'll shovel to McGuire, top of the arc. 6:20 left in the second quarter as Newman Catholic searches for their first bucket here of the period. 25-14 Bishop Garrigan. Here's a lob into the lane, and Schwab takes it. Newman Catholic getting sloppy with the basketball. Schwab throws it up to Sink. Sink up and under. Sink looked like he drew the foul there, but that ball is loose to Furch. Furch feeds Thomas. Furch found Thomas on the right block, and Thomas powers it up and in for 2. At a timeout call by Newman Catholic. Bishop Garrigan, a 6-0 run to start the quarter. 9-0 run if you go back to the first, and 5:58 left in the second. 30-second timeout called by Newman Catholic. The Knights right now trailing Bishop Garrigan 27-14 in this one, and the Golden Bears really doing a great job of forcing that basketball inside, and those second chance opportunities that we talk about each and every night, those are starting to emerge here in the second quarter. A really good passing game by Bishop Garrigan. We've seen in the month of January this Golden Bear team take that passing game to a new level. a very unselfish team. We've talked a lot in the past about Schwab and Joyce, and rightfully so, but now it feels like Bishop Garrigan has a starting lineup where all 5 players can score. Even off the bench, Drew Muller, of course, will shoot the 3-point shot for the Golden Bears, and Trayton Sink, he has really developed that mid-range shot like we said earlier, and all of a sudden the Golden Bears have really balanced things out offensively with 5 people who can score on the floor at any given time. Walking the ball into the front court for Newman Catholic. It'll be Keston. Keston gets the screen up top by Cole, as Keston handed the ball off to Martin on the near side of the court. Up top to Cole. Cole gets it over towards the left side, towards McGuire. McGuire drives downhill, top of the arc, as he'll find Bliley. Corner pocket 3 by McGuire. No, and Lear sails in for the rebound. Lear got undercut and fouled. As Bishop Garrigan will get the ball after the Newman Catholic foul. That was number 3 of this quarter by Newman Catholic, and the first personal on Bliley. The inbound will be thrown into play here by Trayton Sink with 5:34 and ticking on the clock. All of a sudden, 27-14 in favor of Bishop Garrigan. Joyce down to our left. He'll get the pass up top to Lear. Rotates around to the right to Furch. Or to Sink, that is. Now bounce pass in the lane to Thomas. Powered it up. Missed the shot from point-blank range. Knights are really clogging things up in the middle for Thomas so far in this ball game, as he has scored his 8 points, but he's had to work hard for those 8. Here's a 3 the other way by Cole, left it short. Cole trying to get on track here tonight as he's missed 3 3-pointers. Keston trying to rip the rebound loose. He's in there scrapping of Thomas, and that'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow right now pointed towards the Newman Catholic Knights as they will keep it. Adam Henrik in off the bench, the 5'11 senior emerging for the first time tonight with 5:07 left in the second quarter. It'll be Keston from the baseline. The top of Iowa East assist leader at 5.6 per game is Keston. Keston slaps the basketball and gets it into play. He'll find Bliley. Bliley, extra pass. Great find of Henrik on the left block. That'll break up the Bishop Garrigan scoring run and give Newman Catholic their first bucket of the second, 27-16. Golden Bears moving fast. Schwab throws it off the ankle of Lear, and Newman Catholic takes it. McGuire runs. McGuire lets Schwab fly by, and he scooped it up and in. McGuire hung in the air that time, and Schwab raced right by him. Before that ball got inbounded, it rolled all the way past half court, and that's the only thing that'll slow down the pace between these two teams early in this game. As Sink inbounds the ball with Joyce. Bishop Garrigan, #1 field goal shooting team, #1 3-point shooting team percentage-wise in the top of Iowa West. That 3-point shot has really emerged for the Golden Bears, and they're taking over 20 of them per game, which never would have been true the past few seasons, as Schwab barrels inside, draws the foul. Chance for 2 shots coming up right here. But the 3-point shot's not the story tonight. Bishop Garrigan is making a concerted effort. They're taking the ball hard into the lane here tonight, and it isn't so much the bigs getting a ton of touches and a lot of great looks on the block, but it's more so the Bishop Garrigan guards are really taking the ball downhill and drawing their fouls, of course, but they're certainly also looking to pass when they get in the lane, see if they can draw that defense in and then pass when the defense collapses in on them. Schwab's first foul shot is no good. Well, if you tuned in for the pregame show, you heard Coach Jerry Gatton for Newman Catholic as he talked in the pregame show about some of the improvements he's looking for from the Knights and talked about being very good on the rebounding end of things tonight, and also talked about raising the basketball IQ. Right on cue, there's an offensive board for Thomas, who had 17 rebounds against Belmont Clemmy Tuesday night. It is hard to get 17 rebounds in a game, folks. Here's Joyce pulling for a 3-point ball, missed it left. Lear flies in for the rebound. It's in and out of his hands, and Sink rips it away in the lane. Out to Schwab, around to Joyce. Tries again, knocks that one down. 30-18 Golden Bears off the Joyce free ball. He has 8. And ball thrown away by Newman Catholic. It's out of bounds. But exactly what Coach Gatton was talking about in the pregame show. He talked about playing cohesive, clean basketball. Newman Catholic wanting to avoid turnovers, offensive rebounds for Bishop Garrigan. We just saw those 2 issues appear right there. The offensive board by Garrigan and then the 3-pointer by Joyce, then the turnover on the other end by the Knights. But Coach Gatton was very honest about where the Knights are right now and wants to see this level of play pick up here in the month of January. They're 7-3, but he was talking like they were 3-7, and it's that drive for improvement that really keeps this Knight basketball program strong as Thomas catches deep in the post. You can do that all day for the Golden Bears. Great look for Thomas, and it's 32-18. 10 points by Amari Thomas. In the short corner, here's Henrik queuing up a J. Deflection off the front of the iron and taken in by Furch. Furch running the floor, he spins away, he'll find Schwab. Schwab, top of the arc, feeds Lear in the paint. Lear makes the catch, Lear finishes off glass. 34-18 Golden Bears. First 2 of the night for Nick Lear. But these 2 schools, both schools that are used to having a lot of success, really in all sports, as Lear snatches down the rebound and gets it out to Thomas. He'll find Joyce. Joyce to Furch. Furch banging inside, missing it from point-blank range. Thomas rebound, turns it around, puts it back, in and out, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Thomas McGuire. Keston into the front court. Keston working, finding McGuire. Cal McGuire over to Thomas McGuire. 3:03 left in the quarter. Bishop Garrigan has been extending their lead to 34-18. The drive into the lane and the foul by Bishop Garrigan. So 2:59 left in the quarter. Second personal foul picked up by Amari Thomas, who will head to the bench with 10 points right now for Bishop Garrigan. And it's 10 points, and it feels like Newman Catholic has forced Thomas into a few more missed shots than usual, as the Knights are really paying a lot of attention to the two Garrigan bigs, the Twin Towers, as Beanie calls them, with Lear and Thomas. Trapped in the right corner is McGuire. He passes out of it, though, as he's able to find Noah Ruiz. And ball goes back to Bishop Garrigan. I think Ruiz worked that one too close to the sideline there, and the Knights turn it over once again. Bishop Garrigan defensively #1 in the top of Iowa West, only allowing 48 points per game, and they have tightened their grip on Newman Catholic in the second quarter. Just 4 points so far this quarter by the Knights. Here's Joyce feeding Mahler, takes one dribble and finds Schwab at the foul line. Schwab at the Joyce, it's a corner three, and that one off the rim, no good. Deflects around, and it's picked up by Newman Catholic. As here's the feed, the drive inside, it's McGuire, and he'll draw the foul. With 2:30 on the clock, McGuire will head to the line for two. So here's two free throws by Cal McGuire of 2:30 on the clock in quarter number two. McGuire, first one on the way, and that one is up and good. Nothing but net there for the Newman Catholic senior. 34-19 now the scores. McGuire just under 52% from the line so far this season, averaging 8 points and 6 rebounds for the Knights. Second free throw on the way, and that one good as well. Score now 34-20 as the Golden Bears find themselves up by 14 here. Bishop Garrigan, they played clean basketball the past couple of games, just a combined 9 turnovers in their past 2 games. 3 against West Bend Mallard, 6 against Belmont Clemmy. As Furch slices into the lane, strong drive to the bucket. His shot got tipped on the way up. Furch tries to save it into play to Lear, and he stepped out of bounds along the baseline. Turnover gives the ball back to Newman Catholic. 2:12 remaining in the quarter. It'll be Sink checking into the ball game. Lear heading to the pine for the Golden Bears. Sink giving Bishop Garrigan some excellent minutes off the bench so far tonight. He's put 5 points in. And 2:10 remaining in the second quarter. Newman Catholic will walk the ball up ahead. It'll be Keston. Keston works the ball around to the left to Henrik. Henrik started to drive and then stopped. Back up top to Cal McGuire, guarded by Joyce. Bishop Garrigan playing a zone defense right now against Newman Catholic, as Joyce is guarding up top. Keston, feed down to the baseline, found Henrik. Henrik extra pass to the McGuire. McGuire cuts baseline and he scores. The great cut that time as Newman Catholic was able to dissect the Bishop Garrigan zone on that play. But good passing from the interior by the Knights. Here's Mahler on the left wing for Garrigan, comes around to Schwab, pumps one way, looks back the other as 2 players run at Schwab, into the corner to Sink. Sink slicing in, Sink, nothing there as he'll shove it out to Furch. Around to Joyce. Joyce, hard pass in the corner to Mahler, bobbles and catches. Mahler out to Schwab. Schwab pulls for a free, off the front of the cup, no. Rebound is traced down by Sink at the top of the arc. Now he'll find Joyce. Right back to Sink here with 1:16 left in the quarter. Joyce finds Mahler, rotates left corner to Furch. Newman Catholic with good high hands on their closeouts. They're trying to deny to Garrigan 3. Sink in the short corner. On that mid-range 2, it's no good. Mahler off at the board and gets it back outside to Furch for fresh 35 for Garrigan. Furch, no look pass to Sink. Feed Schwab. Schwab hits the spin move, got inside. Tough shot, no. Ball gets tapped right back to Schwab. Kicks out to Mahler. Wide open tray, and it's an air ball. Newman Catholic played great defense on that possession. Gave him an offensive rebound, but they made things tough all the way around for Bishop Garrigan in spite of good ball movement on that possession. Here's Ruiz. Ruiz passing the lane, intercepted by Schwab. And it's a 3-on-1 run out for the Golden Bears. Schwab driving in, got to the rack and scored it. Almost looked like Schwab was getting ready to lose that ball out of bounds, but he was able to recollect there and score at the last minute to give him 7 points. Bishop Garrigan, 1-2-2 zone here against Newman Catholic with 23 seconds left in the quarter. Ruiz down to the left corner to McGuire, now out top towards Keston. A bullet underneath, the pass to Henrik, and he scores. What a great find by Keston that time. And that ball came off his hands, a fire coming out of the tail end of it as he picks up another dime, and it's 36-24. 12-point margin right now. Here's Schwab. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Sink Over to Joyce, 2 seconds. Joyce has got a pull. Long two at the end of the quarter, and it rims out no good. Joyce almost capped off both the second and first quarter jumpers at the buzzer, but that one rims out, and Bishop Garrigan will settle for a 12-point advantage at the end of 2. We will step aside and come back here at halftime after this with Bishop Garrigan leading 36-24 on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown Home Country Radio.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
Dump It, Kasuth County's local and reliable waste service provider for commercial and residential customers.
Albert Electric, flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants where everyone counts.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Signworks Inc. For all your signage needs and printed apparel, stop in or call 295-9544.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
West Bend Ford, meeting your service, new and used vehicle needs.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Binkin at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
Halftime here from Bishop Garrigan High School as the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears lead the Newman Catholic Knights 36-24. And joining us right now to talk about the Bishop Garrigan girls game prior to this is Ava Roffler. Ava, first of all, thanks for stopping by here at halftime. Obviously a great night for the Golden Bears here as you guys overcame a slow start, ended up winning this one over Newman Catholic. So I guess take me through Coach Schwab's message to the team in between the first and the second quarter. We felt like you guys really turned up the defense there after quarter number 1.
Yep, I mean, as we walked in through a halftime, we knew we just had to execute, finish off strong. We knew we had it in the bag. I mean, we knew we could play our game and finish it strong, and that's what we did.
What were a couple keys for you guys on the defensive end to really shut down Newman Catholic in those middle 2 quarters?
Defensive rebounds. I mean, rebounding was one of our top keys. Talking on defense really helps a lot too as well, I think. And being in gap helped, and knowing where the shooters are on defense also helped a lot.
And Ava, another great three-point shooting night for the team. You individually knocked down 3 3-point shots. Just take me through your night a little bit and how you're kind of feeling as the night played out.
I mean, I know I can shoot the ball. I just had to have confidence in myself, have to have confidence in my teammates. I knew that we executed well and we passed the ball well, which creates open people.
And Ava, it really seems like that 3-point shooting is contagious and really balanced scoring as well for the team tonight. Talk to me about how big that balance is, among your team for what you guys are doing this year.
Yeah, I mean, it balances well. I mean, we can attack the rim. We got Grayson and Madeline and Carly on the inside, and we can get them into them. They can drive to the basket. We got perimeter shooters on the outside. It really balances out well and helps us get the win every game.
And Ava, obviously a big week for the Golden Bears here. Your second straight week playing 3 games now. You've got a long weekend here to prepare for Lake Mills on Tuesday night. I guess how's the team doing energy-wise here after a very intense 3-game week?
Yeah, 3-game weeks are tough, but we executed through it. We got through it, and we got to practice up, and it'll be a good next week. We'll finish off strong.
All right, Ava, thanks for joining us today.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
That's Bishop Garrigan Jr. Ava Roffler joining us here on Hometown Radio KLGA. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk with Bishop Garrigan head coach Brandon Schwab after this.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Signworks Inc. For all your signage needs and printed apparel, stop in or call 295-9544.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
West Bend Ford, meeting your service, new and used vehicle needs.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
All right, coming back here to the Bishop Garrigan High School Gymnasium, as we just heard of Ava Roffler. Right now we're going to talk with Golden Bear head coach Brandon Schwab. Coach, team picks up another win tonight. Newman Catholic led after the first quarter, but felt like the middle two quarters you guys really dominated your defense. So take me through if there were any adjustments in between quarter number 1 or number 2, or anything you kind of emphasized there after the first quarter.
Well, in the first quarter, we were just way too much standing on the offensive end and not dribble penetrating their 1-3-1. You know, we had 2 points in the paint in the first quarter. We had 12 points in the paint in the second quarter, which was better balanced. You know, I thought we settled for too many threes in the first quarter. We didn't get that inside-out balance, and I thought third quarter we came out, really moved the ball, attacked the zone instead of stood so much. I thought we really, our guards dribble penetrate, set our shooters up, and we got Eastman moved around a little better.
And Coach, we talked a lot in the pregame about what to do against the 2-3 zone. Newman Catholic comes out tonight. They play mostly 1-3-1 zone in this one. So how does your approach vary or change a little bit when you see a 1-3-1 compared to a 2-3?
Well, to be honest, it's the first time we've seen a 1-3-1 this year, and we haven't had a lot of practice time with these 3 games a week. So, I mean, it was actually good for us to go against a 1-3-1. We honestly, I didn't even have, you know, on my note card, a 1-3-1 defense. Newman has played strictly 2-2-1 press back to a 2-3 zone, and that's what we were kind of prepared for and thought we were going to see. So honestly, the 1-3-1 kind of surprised us tonight, and it was credit to our girls that they were able to make some adjustments after the first quarter and attack it. But yeah, it's just something we haven't seen this year. It's something we haven't drilled to go against offensively. So that was good for us.
And Coach, you've talked so much about the three-point shots, and once again that became a huge theme here tonight, but it really seems like you got some good shooting off your bench. We, of course, talked to Ava Roffler a few minutes ago, who had the 9 points with 3 three-pointers. Alyssa Hoagland hit a couple threes off the bench, and it really seems like you guys are kind of rounding out the depth as far as three-point shooters are concerned. How big was what the bench did tonight?
Really good bench minutes. You know, Ava and Alyssa and Carly all really came in and played fantastic tonight. And I knew we were going to have to go a little into the bench. You know, I knew with playing back-to-back nights here, or not back-to-back, 3 games a week here, we were going to have to go with the third game a little more into the bench. Earlier in the game, you saw us give Sasha some breaks, give Emmy some breaks that typically they don't get in big games, you know. But I just thought we needed to get to that depth. I didn't know if they didn't play a lot of players, so our goal was just stay after them and really try to wear on them with our depth. And I was really pleased with the 3 that came off the bench tonight.
And Coach, you guys had a couple of beautiful fast breaks tonight with Emmy Bartolo and Sasha Alish, and it seems like those two have some sort of mental connection between them where they always know what the other one is thinking. I mean, where does that come from?
Well, playing together a lot. You know, I mean, they've played together in AAU. They've played together, you know, their whole careers. And, you know, it's so fun when those two are on the same page and they're looking for each other, you know, on dribble penetration. But when those two play together, they're so fun to watch for sure.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations on the win today, and thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
That's Bishop Garrigan Golden Bear head coach Brandon Schwab of his thoughts on the Golden Bear win tonight over Newman Catholic. We'll take a timeout and come back with the boys' second half after this on KLGA.
When you need cash on the go, there's no need to pay a surcharge fee with MoneyPass. Iowa State Bank is proud to be part of the MoneyPass network of surcharge-free ATMs found nationwide. Look for the green and blue MoneyPass symbol on over 32,000 ATMs across the nation. Or find an ATM near your vacation spot or travel destination at MoneyPass.com. MoneyPass, another way that Iowa State Bank helps people succeed. Member FDIC.
We've got more Sports Club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
TAFE Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Lichter's Garage Door Service and new installations. A reputation you can trust. Call 515-295-5988.
Ed Service Station. Service you can trust.
J&J Custom Meats, continuing the traditions in Whittemore.
Ulrich Construction. Let them do the work.
Sports Club members bringing you this game.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oak Crest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Approaching the second half of basketball action from Bishop Garrigan High School and on Hometown Radio KLGA. It's the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears 36 and the Newman Catholic Knights 24. As always, we appreciate Coach Schwab stopping by and Ava Roffler as well, giving us a recap of the girls' game. But right now in the boys' game, Golden Bears up by 12 points. Bishop Garrigan outscored Newman Catholic 21-14 in the first quarter and 15-10 in the second quarter. Bishop Garrigan was really able to deflate the tires of the Newman Catholic offense, although the Knights did get a couple of late buckets there in the second quarter to get a little bit closer. I think Garrigan led by as many as 16 at one point, if I recall correctly, and they started that second quarter on a really nice scoring run. Scored the first 6 or 8 points of that quarter, put some distance between themselves and the Knights, and they led that whole way through the second. Right now, Bishop Garrigan's back on the floor. They will start the second half with the basketball, moving left to right on the radio dial. Schwab, Joyce, Lear, Thomas, and Furch. As expected, here's the starters return to the floor for the Golden Bears, and it'll be Joyce at the controls right now for Bishop Garrigan. Joyce, 8 points in the first half. Thomas with 10, leading the way for Bishop Garrigan. Trayton Sink has chipped in 5 off the bench. Thomas turns to face the bucket, and he scores right off the jump. Give Amari Thomas 12 points. He's trying to get rolling here in half number 2. Thomas averaging a double-double on the season as Newman Catholic has the ball right now with Bliley. Bliley across the lane. Bliley will feed McGuire. McGuire spins. McGuire powers it up and in. Great spin towards the baseline by Cal McGuire, and that'll make it 38-26 as Bishop Garrigan has the advantage right now. Here's Joyce in the corner. He bounces the pass towards Furch, around towards Schwab, top of the arc, lets it fly, can't convert on the 3. Lear on the rebound, but that's an offensive foul as Lear pushed off to get that one. That will be foul number 3 against Nick Lear, who right now has the most personal fouls of anyone on the floor. That's the first team foul on Bishop Garrigan. Last time these teams matched up, Lear had 10 points for the Golden Bears. Amari Thomas last season had a double-double when these teams met of 11 points and 10 rebounds, and the now graduated Logan Nemers also had a double-double, 16 points and 11 boards. The two bigs in the lineup gave Newman Catholic a little trouble, so Golden Bears are going to try to keep Lear and Thomas in this game as much as possible. 1 minute gone here in quarter number 3. Keston down the lane, he got Schwab to go by him, and he put it off glass for 2. It's one of those awkward-looking plays, but Keston was able to keep that foot on the ground and not travel, and it's down to a 10-point margin. Joyce gets trapped. Someone's got to go help him here for Garrigan. Joyce in trouble, and timeout by Bishop Garrigan. That's one where if you're Bishop Garrigan and you see Joyce in that double team, someone's got to run over there and give him someone to pass to, because he was just all in no man's land over on the far side of the court, and everyone, all of the 4 players on the Golden Bear team just kind of stood and watched that happen. So Golden Bears wisely take a 30-second timeout here and avoid the turnover being forced by Newman Catholic. As mentioned in the first half, this Bishop Garrigan team has not turned the ball over a whole lot. Assist-to-turnover ratio is something that people look at a lot, and if you look at the game against West Bend Mallard, Golden Bears turned it over just 3 times. They had 25 assists. Then on Tuesday against Belmont Clemmy, 6 turnovers compared to 18 assists, so an excellent assist-to-turnover ratio for the Golden Bears, and trying to take care of the ball here against a pretty stingy Newman Catholic defense. One that the Golden Bears did have some good success against, though, in the first half. As Schwab will be the inbounder this time for the far side of the court. It'll be Bliley guarding the inbounds. Schwab looking for Joyce. He'll find him along the left wing. Joyce bounces it away to Schwab. Extra pass to Furch. On the right side, lets it fly. Free ball gets spit out of the rim. Thomas the rebound and put back. Shot got rejected. Thomas got the ball back. Lost it out of bounds on the dribble, though. And Newman Catholic gets the basketball back. Golden Bears are fighting hard on the offensive glass, but like I said earlier, Newman Catholic's doing a good job of clogging things up inside, not giving Thomas easy putbacks as he had on some other nights. They're really playing physically with him in the paint. Keston at the drive, the baseline cut by McGuire. He got tripped up by the basketball and lost it out of bounds. Keston was trying to throw a bounce pass, but he threw it right into the feet of McGuire, and McGuire was tripping over the basketball as Newman Catholic turns the ball over with 6:27 on the clock. Joyce walks the ball into the front court. Number 4 on the top of Iowa West in points per game is Joyce. Deals to Schwab in the right corner. Schwab around towards Mahler. Newman Catholic has gone to a zone defensive look here. Joyce in the short corner, he'll let it rip. Ball rims out. Thomas is able to steal the rebound. He powers it up and missed. Got a defender fly by. Second opportunity for Thomas, up and good. 40-28. He's a beast, folks. You can't stop him. 14 points by Thomas so far tonight. Came in averaging 11.6. Pass lane by Keston, intercepted by Joyce, and here comes the run out. Joyce right in the paint, skates inside, draws the blocking foul, and he puts it down. Chance for a free-point play by Michael Joyce. Ever so graceful with the ball in his hands, and he joins Thomas in double digits, now with 10 points. Joyce's lateral motion, his lateral agility is so excellent, and you saw it on display right there. Chance for a three-point play. Joyce 56.5% from the charity stripe this year. Bishop Garrigan just 5th in the top of Iowa West. A 59% foul shooting team as Joyce is able to convert, and the Golden Bears restore a 15-point lead. McGuire jogs the ball into the front court. Newman's 12-point per game score finds Keston. They'll set the hard screen on Schwab. Keston towards the lane, gets it out towards Bliley, flings it across right towards McGuire. Looking for Keston posting up inside, nothing home. Steps left, he'll launch the three, and that one off the rim. Rebound tapped, Mahler keeps it alive. It rolls away from him though, it's out of bounds, and Mahler touched it last. Newman Catholic basketball with 5:29 on the clock. These rebounds have been an all-out war tonight. You can tell how much Newman Catholic emphasized rebounding against Bishop Garrigan, and rightfully so. If you're not physical enough against the Golden Bears, Bishop Garrigan's going to go plus 20 in the rebounding as Cole uncorks a three and he buries it from the left wing. Bishop Garrigan's done a great job on Wesley Cole so far tonight, but he now has 6 points. Came in averaging 17 per game. And he takes a lot of threes. Cole taking 8 3-pointers per game, third most in the top of Iowa East. The Golden Bears have been keeping all eyes on number 34 tonight, trying to prevent him from going crazy in this one. Thomas catches left block, pivots towards the center of the paint, puts it up and over McGuire. Amari Thomas is really making some hay here in the second half. 16 points by Bishop Garrigan's junior and a 45-31 advantage. Thomas is really good at getting square to the bucket. Here's a three by McGuire, clangs off the glass, no. Schwab has the outlet to Furch. It's a little bit wide. First collects it. He goes inside. Tough finish, but he's able to get it to go against Bliley. That pass is on target. Furch walks home for the easy two. That pass is a little wide, so that allowed Bliley to get back in the play, but Bliley did not want to give up an and one, so Furch was able to get by him to make it 47-31. Bliley out towards Keston, penetrates into the lane, deals corner to Cole, ball got deflected on its way to him, works the baseline, sidestep Schwab, got to the rack, missed the shot, everything but the finish, and Mahler rips away the rebound. Give me that, says Drew Mahler. Now Schwab the other direction, dealing corner to Joyce, all by himself for a free, count it. Bishop Garrigan opening it up in the third. Joyce with the free ball, 50-31, and Coach Gatton feeling momentum getting away here. He will call a 60-second timeout. Newman Catholic takes the timeout. We will as well. Golden Bears 50, Knights 31 on KLGA 92.7 and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Good Samaritan Society, Algona's senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, Algona's locally owned coffee shop.
Tangle Salon for all your cuts, colors, hair extensions, and massage therapy needs.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping, 515-320-3840.
All bringing you this ball game.
Bishop Garrigan is a big-time second-half team, and Newman Catholic is finding it out firsthand tonight. Bishop Garrigan 50, Newman Catholic 31. Golden Bears came into halftime up by 12, and they now lead by 19 here against the Knights about halfway through the third quarter on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream. But Golden Bears are doing a good job tonight moving the basketball once again. That's a theme that has developed very well for the Golden Bears, a team that averages about 17 assists per game, number 2 in the top of Iowa West behind Lake Mills. But this Golden Bear team, they're making the extra pass, they're finding the kick-out three-point balls here in the third quarter, and Joyce is on track of 14 points tonight. Amari Thomas leading the way of 16, has had some big finishes inside the paint. And Bishop Garrigan on a roll right now. Newman Catholic trying to get momentum back after the timeout. Just into the game, Lucas Nelson. He's trapped between Thomas and Schwab. He tries to step through them. Ball knocked out of bounds. Nelson touched it last. Bishop Garrigan basketball. They employed the trap coming out of the timeout against the player just off the Newman Catholic bench, and it works to perfection. Schwab will be the inbounder from in front of the night bench, as Newman Catholic will try to guard Joyce all the way in the backcourt. Sink checks in for Furch right now for the Golden Bears, as Furch takes a seat with his 4 points so far tonight. Furch giving the Golden Bears a little bit of everything so far this season. One of the most improved players is Joyce, pestered by Keston in the backcourt. Gets across the timeline and finds Sink, who shovels right back to Joyce to reset his ability to dribble here. Over to the right to Mahler, now back to Joyce in between the circles. Schwab curling around towards the right as Joyce drives left side. Onto the elbow, now a pass to Schwab. Schwab behind the back dribble, works his way to the bucket, powers inside, swatted from behind. The block from behind that time by Bliley, and now here comes the Newman Catholic team the other way. Buckets towards the left, the feed towards McGuire in the lane, curling towards the bucket, and he puts it up and in. Nice job working in traffic by Cal McGuire that time to make it 50-33. Schwab almost had his pocket picked as Bliley came flying in for the steal, but now the Golden Bears get it into the front court of Sink. Looking for Thomas, he'll shoot instead. Shot got stuffed, it's Cal McGuire on the block, and he shovels it into play to Bliley. Newman picking up a couple of stuffs the past 2 possessions against Bishop Garrigan. Knights second in the top of Iowa East at 4.5 blocked shots per game. Free ball uncorked by Nelson, it's no good, and Thomas flags down the rebound out beyond the perimeter. Schwab driving downhill, getting his way to the bucket, stopping, banging off the glass, no. Schwab taps his own miss out, and Mueller will track it down before half court. And a timeout called by Bishop Garrigan. It'll be a 30-second timeout as we'll keep it right here with 2:47 left in the third quarter, as Mueller did a good job of knowing where he was on the floor and not crossing over that half-court line. Bishop Garrigan, 11-2 on top of 7-3 Newman Catholic right now, 50-33. This Newman Catholic team had a minor rebuilding season last year, but still finished with a winning record, finished 14-10. 2 years prior to that, though, won 20-plus games both seasons. And, of course, the names you heard a lot, Max Burt and Doug Taylor, who were stalwarts in the baseball diamond for Newman Catholic, but they were pretty darn good basketball players as well. And these two schools, Bishop Garrigan and Newman Catholic, they're schools that are used to having a lot of success in the sports arenas and the baseball diamonds and whatnot, and a lot of the baseball talent for Newman Catholic translates over the basketball court. It turns out having really good hand-eye coordination is good. There's really no negative to that, and Newman Catholic got a lot of great play from Max Burt and Doug Taylor over the years, leading to them to those 20-plus win seasons. Newman Catholic defeated Bishop Garrigan in the postseason back on January 16th of 2023, 74-65. That was Carter Schwab's freshman year as he was a starter in that ball game for Bishop Garrigan. Golden Bear team really developing and emerging since that time. A nice backup by Joyce. Sink feeds him. Shot got swatted, though. What a block by Brady Martin as the backdoor cut. Looked like it was going to work well, but the block inside turns that off. Here's the feed. Here's the power by Cole, and he puts it in from the left block. Newman Catholic has blocked Bishop Garrigan's shots on 3 straight possessions now, as the Golden Bears are struggling to get a clean look at the basket. Joyce spinning towards the front court, works his way to the middle and finds Schwab. Now right back to Joyce. Sink running some interference there to try to get Joyce loose from Keston. Battle of number 11, Joyce in the lane, threads the ball to Thomas. He's underneath the bucket, he leans back and he powers it in. You can tell Thomas thought he was a little too deep to shoot it there, so he had to lean way back. But after he got himself low and powered out of that stance, he finds himself with 18 points. Thomas shooting over 60% from the field so far this season. Bishop Garrigan in the 1-2-2 zone. Joyce top of that zone. Here's the feed, the floater from the left side, no good by Nelson. And there's a whistle in the lane and a jump ball called. Thomas and Keston both right around that ball as Newman Catholic has the possession arrow. It'll be Furch checking the ball game for Bishop Garrigan. Make that Schwab goes to the bench. Keston from the left side baseline with 1:45 remaining in the third quarter. Got it in before 5 seconds into Mart, make that Nelson top of the arc. Nelson for Newman Catholic, dribbles towards the left as he sees Joyce, lobs right corner, a jump and a catch by Cole, lost the ball, goes behind his head, loose on the floor, scrap for the basketball, Mahler and Keston got it away, he found Cole, cuts to the bucket and scores. Great court awareness by Keston that time as he was on the floor, but out of the corner of his eye, he saw Cole emerging for the easy 2. 52-37 right now, Golden Bears. Joyce top of the arc, thought about pulling, he'll drive instead, try to get it past to Thomas, it's off of Cole's shin, and Newman runs the other way. Here's Keston feeding Cole, power dribble, puts the shot up and puts it into the lane. Knights have worked their way back into this. Bishop Garrigan was up by 19 moments ago, but after that Coach Gatton timeout, Newman Catholic's gotten it down to a 13-point margin, and they force a turnover, and they run the floor, and the McGuire layup rolls off, no good. Big point-blank miss there for Thomas McGuire and the Knights, and the score stays 52-39. Bishop Garrigan trying to recapture momentum here at the end of the third quarter. Sink feeds Mahler. He'll pass to Thomas on the right side. Thomas got blocked with a foul. Light call from the baseline, but Martin gets whistled for that one as he tried to swat Thomas. This Newman Catholic team has aggressively defended in the paint this quarter, and they've been rewarded with blocked shots, but now Thomas will trek his way to the foul line for 2 shots. A lot of times bigs can struggle at the foul line because they're not working on a whole lot of jump shots, and obviously you practice free throws, but that shooting touch is something that materializes over time. But Thomas, not one who struggles at the foul line, a 70% free throw shooter, as his first one goes down the cup. Give Thomas 19 points. He is 1 shy of his career high. Thomas scored 20 on January 9th against Eagle Grove. And if you go further back, he also scored 20 on December 17th against Gardner-Haefel-Ventura. 19 points by Thomas, who's had 2 double-doubles so far this season. He's had a lot of games where he's had double-digit rebounds and maybe 8 or 9 points as he knocks down the free throw and ties his career high. 54-39 as Thomas will take a well-deserved breather on the bench. Golden Bears right now, Madden Miller in for the first time. Tate Furch, Trayton Sink, Drew Mahler, Carter Schwab. The roll call for the Golden Bears. 54-39 Golden Bears. It is McGuire for the Knights, working his way around to the right. Pass to Ruiz in the corner, knocked away by Sink. And he throws it to Furch. Across half court as Furch is able to keep control of the ball. Now Schwab will hold it here as the shot clock is off and 22 remains on the game clock. Guarded by Ruiz, and Schwab gets it left to Sink. Now to Furch, who comes around to the middle of the court. Creeping out to defend is Bliley. Pass to the right to Mahler. Into Schwab at the post against Ruiz. Barrels his way inside. Shuffles the Sink on the elbow. Out to Furch, top of the key. Furch to Schwab. Eyes the bucket with 5 seconds left. Schwab driving in, sidestepping, getting to the rack. No good on the layup. Bat out to Sink. Fouling jumper at the horn, but they're going to wave that off. Shot was no good anyways, but it came after the horn. Bishop Garrigan leads Newman Catholic as he heads to the fourth. Score right now 54-39 on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown Home Country Radio.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
Dump It, Kasuth County's local and reliable waste service provider for commercial and residential customers.
Albert Electric, flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants where everyone counts.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass, for all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires, they're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weichert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Iowa Lakes Community College, your community, your college.
Glenn's Green Thumb, from a small seed, something beautiful will grow.
All bringing you this game on the radio.
Bishop Garrigan have an 18-15 scoring edge over Newman Catholic in the third quarter. Golden Bears enter the fourth up 54-39 on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube stream. It'll be Michael Joyce with the ball right now as the Golden Bears move from left to right on the radio dial. Joyce spins away from Keston. Pass to Schwab on the right wing, now back out to Joyce up top. Rotates to Furch. Feeds Lear inside. Goes to work. Hooks it up. Missed the shot. Trying to chase down his own rebound, but getting to it first is Thomas McGuire. The feed underneath to Keston. Along the baseline as Schwab guards him. Here's the pass to the cutting McGuire, and he scores! What a find by Keston. He had his back to the play, but almost threw it behind his hip there as he found the cutting Thomas McGuire for his 6th point of the night. 54-41. Now at the time for Newman, you've got to win these first 4 minutes of the quarter against the Golden Bears. As Joyce throws to Furch. Furch wasn't looking for the ball. It goes into the Garrigan student section out of bounds, and the Golden Bears cough up a turnover. Bishop Garrigan leading after 3. They have not lost a game where they've been leading at the end of the third quarter this season, as they lead by 13 right now. Newman Catholic has the ball as Wesley Cole leads the way of 12 points. 8 of those here in the second half. It's Cal McGuire getting it out to Thomas McGuire. 1 minute gone here in the quarter, and he'll hand the ball off to Bliley. Bliley looks over to the right corner to McGuire, 14 on the shot clock. McGuire finds Thomas McGuire. Takes one dribble and hands the ball off towards Keston. 8 on the shot clock. Keston top of the arc. Got to get going here to Cal McGuire. Back to Keston. Keston got open and he finished on the layup. Newman's missed a couple of point-blank looks tonight. They did not miss that one. And the score 54-43. Good job getting Keston loose on the roll to the bucket. Schwab dribbled into the lane, then brought it back outside with 6:36 on the clock here in quarter number 4. Bishop Garrigan 8-5 against Newman Catholic dating back to 2010, but the Knights have won 4 out of 5 against the Golden Bears. Lear from the lane, hooks it off the window and scores. Money for Nick Lear. Does a great job working from his left to his right. Very unstoppable in the lane when he goes to that move. Lear averaging 8 points per game this season for the Golden Bears. Here is the drive by Keston as they'll feed Bliley, edge of the paint. He'll face Lear. Schwab with the poke away. Lear trying to reach in there. Keston kept it away from him. Finds McGuire underneath. Now Schwab will pick the ball away again. Loose along the baseline, out of bounds, and they will say Schwab touched it last. Boy, great defensive energy by Schwab as he was helping off of Keston earlier and then diving for that loose ball along the baseline. Newman Catholic keeps it. 56-43 Golden Bears right now. Inbounded by Keston. And out's McGuire. Working that right arm sleeve for Newman Catholic. Hands it off to Cole. Cole from way downtown. Swishes the three-point shot. Boy, was that much needed for the Knights. Newman, a 28% three-point shooting team. Cole, their most frequent three-point shooter, has 15 points tonight. And the ball is stolen away from Bishop Garrigan in the front court. Newman forcing turnovers. McGuire running. McGuire barreling inside. And a tie-up is called. McGuire was searching for the foul that time. Hand was all over the basketball. Possession arrow is towards Newman Catholic as the Knights will keep it. Great defense that time of the interior by the Golden Bears. Wesley Cole and Thomas McGuire are really the two key three-point shooters for Newman. Between those two, they've shot 151 out of Newman's 203 three-point attempts this season. Those two have taken over 74% of Newman's three-point shots. We saw that free ball by Cole on their last possession. From the baseline, it's Keston. Gets it into McGuire. Cal McGuire, he'll find Bliley. Works his way to the foul line, pivots towards the right and gets it back out to McGuire. 5:30 on the clock. Into the lane, intercepted by Schwab. Schwab trying to outrun everyone. Schwab down the lane, takes it hard to the rack, and he scores. They can't stop Schwab when he gets going downhill, and he has 9 points. Coming quickly the other way is Keston, barreling inside, draws the foul and put it down. Keston is the big answer as Bishop Garrigan a little bit tardy getting back on defense, and it's 58-48. And sometimes you can get teams in a situation like that. Schwab got out for the quick transition bucket, and then Newman Catholic just raced the ball the other way. That was Nick Lear's 4th personal foul, and Drew Mahler checks into the ball game. First team foul on Bishop Garrigan. 8 points tonight by Keston, as he's a 68% foul shooter, and that one deflects and it drops through. Give Keston 9 in this one, and all of a sudden, Newman has it down to a single-digit game. Bishop Garrigan led by as many as 19 at one point, but Newman Catholic's called some smart timeouts. They have stemmed the Garrigan momentum, and they've fought their way back into it a couple of times tonight, down to a 9-point game, single digits for the first time since the first half. Thomas comes out to screen for Joyce. Now it's a switch. Cole's on Joyce. Joyce will dribble to the right around the arc. He'll accelerate. Look out, here he comes, but they force him to a wide angle, and he hit off the side of the glass. Nowhere near close, and Newman forces Bishop Garrigan to be one and done on that possession. Huge possession here for the Knights. Into McGuire. McGuire pivots. He got by Furch. He puts it off the glass, missed it, followed his own miss. No good, and Thomas rips down the rebound. That 360 spin by McGuire did not result in any points, and now Golden Bears come the other way. Newman Catholic, though, they have won the first 4 minutes of this quarter, getting it down to a single-digit score. Schwab guarded deep out beyond the three-point line by McGuire. He'll feed Furch. Looking inside to Thomas. 1-on-1 against Cal McGuire. Turns for a jumper. Knocks it down. Career high for Amari Thomas. And an 11-point lead by Bishop Garrigan. 22 points by the Bishop Garrigan post player, Amari Thomas. Pass inside, out of bounds. Colin Bliley's campaigning and saying Bishop Garrigan touched that ball, but it was on its way to Keston, and the officials say Garrigan never touched it. So Golden Bears will have the ball back after that ball thrown out of bounds by Newman. Amari Thomas once again having a big game against the Knights. Had a double-double against them last season as Mahler collects the inbounds pass. Newman full court pressing. Mahler's got to get out of the corner, and he double-dribbled. Mahler double-dribbled, and the Knights get the ball back. They've gotten Bishop Garrigan for a few turnovers here tonight. This probably will not be the single-digit turnover game that Bishop Garrigan's had their past two outings against West Bend Mallard and Belmont Clemmy. As Knights have the ball back, a 4:09 on the clock. Keston looking to Cole in the corner, and a good knockaway by Thomas that time. Pursuing Cole all around the court. Newman Catholic keeps the basketball with 4:08 on the clock. Bishop Garrigan defeated Newman Catholic last season 63-59, but in a game somewhat like this one, Newman Catholic found themselves down for most of it. They rallied late, but didn't quite have enough to overcome the Golden Bears in that ball game. Bishop Garrigan, a different team that year, though. They made 2 of 13 three-point shots. This year, Golden Bears much better from behind the three-point arc. Halfway through the fourth quarter, it's an 11-point Garrigan lead. Keston feeds McGuire, works his way in against Mahler. Double team help comes from Joyce. Back out to Keston. Keston to the top of the arc. It's Cole. Lets it fly. Swishes another 3-point shot. Wesley Cole getting hot here in the fourth quarter. The sophomore's got 18, and it's 60-52. Things getting a little nervous here inside the Garrigan Gymnasium. Schwab no pass to Thomas. The knockaway by McGuire. He wasn't fooled, and Cole tracks down the rebound. Bishop Garrigan has gotten very sloppy for the basketball here in the fourth. McGuire down to the baseline towards Bliley. Looking for Cole. Thomas is following him all around the court. And they'll finally hand it off to Cole. He'll hoist for a free. Heat check, and he got it! The heat is on! It's a 5-point game. Wesley Cole going crazy here in the fourth. And Newman Catholic back into it. Timeout, Bishop Garrigan. Timeout forced with 3:12 left in this one. Wesley Cole has shot Newman Catholic back in the ball game. Bishop Garrigan 60, Newman Catholic 55 on Hometown Radio, KLGA.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Frame and Auto Body. We meet by accident.
Water connection, from softeners to bottled water and service. Call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch. There's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty, downtown Algona. Trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Algona Livestock. Sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce. 2 sauces for all seasons.
All bringing you this broadcast on the radio.
It's seatbelt buckling time here from Bishop Garrigan High School as the Golden Bears all of a sudden have a little bit of company. Bishop Garrigan 60, Newman Catholic 55, and it was one of those games where Golden Bears looked like they were going to run away and hide at this one, leading by 19 at one point, but the Knights have fought their way back into it. And between these two good teams, it would have been a little disappointing in some ways if Bishop Garrigan had just run away and blown out Newman Catholic, because this was a game of two teams with excellent records. Bishop Garrigan 11-2, Newman Catholic 7-3, so you were expecting a battle here tonight, and you have certainly got it as Bishop Garrigan plays in their third game of the week. Do they have the legs here in the final 3:12 to hold off the charging Newman Catholic Knights? Can they lift that gate up in time and protect the castle? Furch gets the ball off to Joyce, who's been held scoreless in the second half. His pass towards Sink deflected. Back out to Joyce. Around left to Schwab as the Golden Bears are trying to get organized offensively. Joyce, top of the arc, his 3-point ball, no. And long rebound lands in the hands of Keston. It's a run out for Keston. Keston swatted by Joyce. He expunged him from the lane with the block shot, but Newman Catholic maintains the basketball with 2:50 left. Here's McGuire on the left side. McGuire up top towards Keston. The distributor for Newman Catholic finds McGuire in the lane. Mid-range shot no good as he tried to turn around and knock it down, but Cal McGuire grabs the rebound off the Thomas McGuire miss. His pass towards Bliley. Schwab intercepted it briefly, but it's in and out of his hands, and Newman Catholic will keep it. Schwab had a little company there from Bliley and couldn't make the clean steal. The officials do confer right now to see if they both saw the same thing here. This has been a cleanly officiated game here tonight. Well-played game between Bishop Garrigan and Newman Catholic. Foul-wise, really not much to speak of here in the fourth quarter. 1 foul by Bishop Garrigan, 0 by Newman Catholic, so don't be expecting the bonus here anytime soon in quarter number 4. Timeout-wise, 2 for Bishop Garrigan, 3 for Newman Catholic remaining. Pass deflected and stolen by Joyce. He took it right away from Keston, and he'll throw it up to Schwab. 2:29 left, Bishop Garrigan maintaining a 5-point lead as Schwab collects the basketball. Wesley Cole, who shot almost 37% on 3-point balls last season, a bit more of a volume shooter this year, but he has shot Newman Catholic back into this game with 21 points. Joyce with 2:14 left in the fourth, bounces the pass to Schwab, now out to Furch, top of the arc, left side to Sink, 2:09 remaining, Bishop Garrigan up by 5, Joyce with 9 on the shot clock, accelerates, stops in the lane, threads it to Thomas, underneath, and he scores! A tremendous find by Michael Joyce, splitting defenders and finding the ready Amari Thomas for his 24th point of the night, a career high by Thomas. Joyce dishing out the dimes. He's averaging 4 assists per game this season. Had a big one there. Here's the jumper from the edge of the paint. No. And a foul on the rebound going against Newman Catholic. Bliley couldn't knock down that shot. And the elbow was used that time on the foul. Keston picks that one up, his second personal. 62-55 Golden Bears. Can they slam the door shot on Newman Catholic here with 1:46 left? Full court press, balls inbounded to Schwab. Schwab facing the full court press, McGuire. A behind the back dribble as Schwab is able to evade Bliley, and Bishop Garrigan into the front court now. Burn a little clock here, Golden Bears. 23 on the shot clock. Schwab gets it over to the right to Joyce. Feeds Thomas. Thomas deep inside. Missed the shot from point blank. Great physical defense as McGuire held his ground against Thomas. 1:25 left. McGuire from way downtown. Line drive the three. Fight for the rebound as Bliley was able to get in there with Thomas and get tied up. Jump ball. Possession arrows towards Bishop Garrigan, but that was an excellent job by Bliley. That looked to be a free rebound for Thomas as both players are a little slow, dusting themselves off and getting off the floor. But Bliley came out of nowhere to force a tie-up, and although Bishop Garrigan gets the possession arrow, it does flip back around to Newman Catholic for next time. And now the officials say, let's bring in the towels. Well, between two teams that like to run, this toweling up the floor break may be a welcomed breath of fresh air here for them to catch the breaths and get out and running again here over the final 120. But Bishop Garrigan, you don't have to rush too much here. Obviously, the Golden Bears, when they get the ball into the front court, they're going to want to burn as much time as possible, up by 7 with 1:20 remaining in this one. It's not a great chance for Newman Catholic, but there still is a chance as they have outscored the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears here in the fourth quarter. Golden Bears enter this period up by 15. They led by as many as 19 at one point. Golden Bears trying to defeat Newman Catholic for the second straight season after winning at Newman last year, 63-59. Schwab in a ton of traffic is able to unload the ball to Furch, and he'll throw it across half court to Joyce left side. They were trying to entice Joyce into a quick shot, but he didn't take the bait, and now we'll get it out to Schwab just inside of half court. Over to the right to Sink. Will Newman foul here. Bounce pass to Schwab. Schwab spins away from McGuire. Schwab over to Joyce. Rotates to Furch. Feeds Thomas. Makes a great catch. Thomas fouled before the shot attempt as he put it in. That was only the second team foul on Newman Catholic with 59 seconds left. The problem with the foul game is you're resetting the shot clock if you're the Knights, and you are nowhere near getting into the bonus here. So this is a steal type of situation for the Knights, or foul very quickly, but you've got to foul rapidly now. Into Joyce. Joyce fouled by Keston. Keston just picked up back-to-back fouls. He now has 4 for Newman Catholic. That burned 3 seconds, and we're down to 56.5 left. Well, you credit the Knights for playing foul-free basketball earlier, but maybe now they're wishing they had a few more fouls so they didn't have to do this whole rigmarole of inbound foul, inbound foul. That was only the third foul by the Knights, so they're going to have to do this 2 more times to get Bishop Garrigan to the free throw line if they can't steal the ball. First will inbound the ball. They tell Coach Freilich to get out of the way and give Furch a little room here as ball gets inbounded to Joyce. Oh, did he go over half court? Yes, he did. Joyce was trying to shovel the ball back to the front court while he was falling into the back court, but Newman Catholic gets the turnover they needed. No fouling necessary after that. So again, not a huge chance here for Newman Catholic, but if you can knock down a couple outside shots, you can put some pressure here on Bishop Garrigan. Even a quick 2, you don't necessarily need a 3 yet. It's a free possession game. One of those possessions could certainly be a 2. You could get 2 two-point shots and a 3-point shot here to tie it if you're Newman Catholic, if you hold Bishop Garrigan off the board, which is not going to be easy to do against the #1 scoring offense in the top of Iowa West. McGuire up top. He'll uncork the 3. He was fouled by Furch. And that was on the 3-point shot. Furch was trying to hug McGuire before he shot it because Bishop Garrigan had plenty of fouls to give and burn some more clock, but they gave him the 3 shot attempts on that one, the 3 free throw attempts on that one. I've got to be honest, I thought Furch got there in plenty of time to foul him before that shot got off, but the officials did not agree. McGuire knocks down the first free throw. So that's a gift for Newman Catholic. You get 3 freebies here if the clock stopped. That is an excellent break for the Knights. McGuire, a good free throw shooter. He makes 2/3 of his foul shots, as that one is down as well. 66.7% on the year for McGuire, and now 62.57. So that 3-point foul really opens the door wide open here for Newman Catholic. If he makes this 3rd one here, it's a 1-possession game, and all of a sudden pressure's on. You don't even have to foul Bishop Garrigan if Thomas McGuire makes his 3rd foul shot. That one is up, and that one is good. No, check that, it's a 4-point game. Beg your pardon on that one. So you do still have to foul Bishop Garrigan in all likelihood, but it gets a little more interesting here. 62-58, 30-second timeout called as we're in the final minute of this fourth quarter. As Newman Catholic has worked their way back in against Bishop Garrigan, hitting clutch free throws at an important time. McGuire knocking down all 3. He has 9 points here tonight. Newman as a team, 64.1% for the stripe this season, so they are good about not leaving a whole lot of points out there on the floor. And Coach Freilich right now going out to talk with the officials and discuss that last 3-point foul, as Coach Freilich was saying that was not an act of shooting. And also maybe taking a look at the floor there to see if there's any residual sweat that needs to be wiped up. Golden Bears have the ball, and now it's full court press all out here for Newman Catholic. Playing their 3rd game of the week, do the Golden Bears have the legs here to protect the basketball and navigate these final 48 seconds against the Knights? Golden Bears stack up here. Thomas comes open, collects the inbounds pass in the backcourt, and they will foul him immediately. There's a push by Cal McGuire that gets called with 45 seconds left. And next foul will send Bishop Garrigan to the free throw stripe. 45.9 remaining. Bishop Garrigan will call on Schwab to be the inbounder. Last foul was the third personal on Cal McGuire. Keston is guarding inbounds pass. Keston a 4 personal, so you don't want him fouling. Ball inbounded to first. They try to trap him. The Golden Bears pass away from it, and Cole will foul Joyce. Bishop Garrigan able to burn 3 seconds in that one and send Michael Joyce to the charity stripe, leading 62-58 right now. So worst thing Bishop Garrigan can do to Newman Catholic here is get it up to a 6-point game. It's going to be 2 possessions either way, which is why those free throws by McGuire were so big. Well, really, the worst thing that can happen here for Newman Catholic is Joyce misses a free throw and Maury Thomas gets another offensive rebound. So in the position to box out Thomas right now is the 6'2 senior Colin Bliley. He's got to have his body all over Thomas here on the second free throw by Joyce, as the first one is good. 15 points by Joyce, as the Golden Bears trying to close out the night, so 42 seconds left. The Bishop Garrigan sophomore settles in for the second free throw. That one gets ejected from the rim. It went halfway down, and Newman Catholic down by 5. They have the ball. Here's Cole, quick trigger on the 3, off the front of the cup. Schwab had the rebound briefly, and he tips it out to Furch. Furch tried to dribble out of traffic. Knights almost had the steal, and flying into the bench is Bliley. He went tumbling over the Newman Catholic bench, and he pops out of the stands. That looked like Derek Jeter going into the Yankee Stadium. Crowd chasing after a foul ball, but Bliley with the hustle play almost saved that ball for Newman Catholic, and they wouldn't have had to foul if he had been able to save that, but now Bishop Garrigan has the ball. Newman will have to foul here. Noah Ruiz into the ballgame for the Knights, as Keston will check out briefly. Again, Keston a 4 fouls, so Newman trying to preserve him and just save him for offense as much as possible. Mahler checks in for Furch for Bishop Garrigan. Schwab looking. Thomas came open. Schwab finding him late, and Newman stole the ball away. They threw it along the sideline, but it's out of bounds. Bliley reached up in the air with one hand and sort of threw that ball down on the hardwood, but it was too close to the sideline, and the Knights weren't able to keep that ball in play for a steal. So Golden Bears have dodged a couple of turnovers here late on these inbounds plays, leading by 5 right now as we're down to 30 seconds left. Shot clock is off. Schwab gets it into Joyce in the front court. Joyce tries to throw it to Mahler in the corner, and Joyce takes a hard tumble to the ground as he was pushed from behind by Bliley. So 2 more free throws here for Joyce, who will make another trek to the charity stripe. This is going to turn into a foul, quick shot, foul type of game here down the stretch. But these are a couple big free throws for Bishop Garrigan, as Joyce can stretch this out to a free possession game if he makes both. Right now, +5 is the scoring margin for Bishop Garrigan, 63-58. Nearly an identical score to last year when the Golden Bears won 63-59 over Newman. Joyce converts on the foul shot. Golden Bears up 64-58 now, and this one to make it a free possession game. Furch comes in for Mahler for the Golden Bears. Joyce, second free throw, that one right down the hatch. Free possession game and 17 points by Michael Joyce. 65-58 Bishop Garrigan as the Golden Bears look for win number 12. On the left side, it's Bliley, lets it fly for a 3. It's an air ball, and the rebound into the pocket of Joyce, and he's fouled with 22 seconds left, and that should just about do it here tonight. Michael Joyce walking back to the free throw stripe as Newman Catholic had a lot of 3-point balls in the fourth quarter, but they couldn't knock down these late ones here as the Golden Bears are going to walk out of here with a victory. But first, Coach Meister will call a timeout. Make sure the Golden Bears are organized here for the final 22. We'll take a quick timeout as well. Back after this on KLGA 92.7.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown Home Country Radio.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
Dump It, Kasuth County's local and reliable waste service provider for commercial and residential customers.
Albert Electric, flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Billy Offerman, your State Farm agent in Algona. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants where everyone counts.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All bringing you this game on the radio. For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
As we come back here on Hometown Radio KLGA, the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears lead the Newman Catholic Knights 65-58. That timeout was actually a clean up the blood timeout as Michael Joyce had some bleeding on his right knee, so The timeout was for him to wrap a bunch of tape around that and stop the bleeding here because he can't be out on the floor with an open wound. So they're taping that up, and that was the first delay, but now Bishop Garrigan says, hey, we'll take a 60-second timeout as well. So this is going to turn into about a 2-minute timeout here before Joyce shoots the free throws. But I'd say it's like icing the kicker, but Joyce has been plenty distracted by everyone bandaging up his leg and surrounding him on the Garrigan sideline. As now he will emerge from the bench and shoot 2 more free throws. Bishop Garrigan up 65-58, trying to close out Newman Catholic and win their 5th game in a row. Golden Bears looking for a perfect 3-0 record this week as they blew out West Bend Mallard Monday night, 93-45, and then had to fight tooth and nail against Belmont Clemmy Tuesday night in that 61-54 victory. Joyce to the charity stripe. First free throw on the way, and that one in and out as score stays 65-58. Well, at this point, I would imagine that after this, Newman Catholic's going to run the ball up the court, take a quick shot, and if they make it, they might go back to fouling here, but if they miss, that may be time to raise the white flag here against the Golden Bears, who they have led all throughout the second half, but not without Newman making it interesting. Bishop Garrigan led by as many as 19 at one point. Newman got as close as 4 points in this game, but the Golden Bears were able to make plays down the stretch and convert on their free throw opportunities as Joyce with the make. He has 18 points tonight. 19 seconds remain. Free from the top of the arc. No good off the back of the cut by McGuire. Rebounded by Keston. Passes it outside, and Furch jumps in for the knockaway. Tate Furch skied about 3 feet in the air that time to swat that ball out of bounds that was intended for McGuire on the wing. Now we've got 13 seconds left. Thomas McGuire inbounds the ball to Keston, around to the right. He'll find Nelson. Nelson free-point try off the back of the cup. Rebound to Flex. Schwab has it. He hugs the ball, and the final 6 seconds will take away. Bishop Garrigan wins this one tonight inside of their home gymnasium, 66-58. They hold off a light charge by the Newman Catholic Knights and pick up win number 12 of the season. Hard-fought ball game in this one. Golden Bears emerge on top as our final score 66-58. The Golden Bears with the win there, 12-2. Newman Catholic will fall to 7-3. We will step aside and look at the final scoring numbers coming up after this on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube live stream.
Where you bank matters. Hi, I'm Sherry Bacon at Security State Bank, and we're relationship bankers. We get to know our customers and understand their financial needs. We're locally owned and operated, which means family, community, and service always comes first. So come to Security State Bank. We'll treat you like family. Security State Bank in Algona, Burt, and Laverne. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Security State Bank.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Good Samaritan Society, Algona's senior housing and services rooted in God's love.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, Algona's locally owned coffee shop.
Tangle Salon for all your cuts, colors, hair extensions, and massage therapy needs.
Schindler Lawn Care and Landscaping, 515-320-3840.
All bringing you this ball game. For over 40 years, Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have maintained one mission: to provide excellence in orthopedic care. Their team of 9 physicians offers specialized care in everything from arthroscopic same-day surgery to joint replacement, as well as hand and foot surgery, and have an orthopedic surgeon on call 24/7. Healthcare isn't about appointments, it's about taking care of people, and that's their specialty. Visit Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons on the web at nwiabone.com.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio, brought to you by these fine sports club members.
AK's Chrome Kitchen. When you come in, your family.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Bill's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oak Crest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
All bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do?
Final score tonight from Bishop Garrigan High School. The Golden Bears knock off the Newman Catholic Knights by a final count of 66-58, winning their 12th game of the season and dropping Newman Catholic to a record of 7-4. Tyler Lanceview on Hometown Radio KLGA and at the Algona Radio YouTube channel. Our video streaming presented by Algona Municipal Utilities, Chemna Auto Center, Iowa State Bank, Algona Frame and Auto Body, and PMC Advantage Insurance Services. Our scoring by quarter tonight: Bishop Garrigan outscored Newman Catholic in the first quarter 21-14, and then outscored the Knights in the second 15-10 as the Golden Bears took a 36 36-24 lead into halftime. In the third quarter, Bishop Garrigan went up by as many as 19. Newman had a little late push there, but the Golden Bears did have the 18-15 edge in the third, leading 54-39 after 3. In the fourth, the Knights rallied. They got as close as 4, but that is as close as they would get. Golden Bears made some free throws down the stretch as they were outscored by Newman 19-12 in the fourth, but held on for a 66-58 victory in this one. In the win, Bishop Garrigan was led by a career high from Maury Thomas, 24 points, and boy did Thomas come alive in the second half. Knights were very physical of him in the first half. They were all over him and maybe not shooting his usual percentage from the field, but he came alive in half number 2, playing like a man possessed to finish with 24 points. Michael Joyce, 18 in this one for the Golden Bears. It was Carter Schwab scoring 9, Trayton Sink had 5, Tate Furch and Nick Lear had 4 apiece, and Drew Muller scored 2. For Newman Catholic, Wesley Cole, he came alive in the fourth quarter, shot his way back into the ballgame as he made 3 3-pointers in the fourth, finished with 21 in this one. Thomas McGuire and Isaiah Keston both had 9 points apiece. Cal McGuire scored 8. It was Colin Bliley of 5, Adam Hedrick of 4, and Lucas Nelson with 2. The Golden Bears, they get the win, and they get a long weekend as a reward. No game tomorrow night for Bishop Garrigan, and they will play again Tuesday night as they host Lake Mills, starting to go through the top of Iowa West for a second time this season as the Golden Bears beat Lake Mills on the road first time around, and we'll try to do it and get a sweep over Lake Mills here coming up Tuesday night. Newman Catholic will play tomorrow night as they will take on North Butler to wrap up their week. We'll wrap up our broadcast for tonight. Big thank you to everyone who tuned in, as well as a big thank you to all our sponsors who make this broadcast possible. This has been a sports production of Hometown Radio KLGA and the Algona Radio YouTube live stream. Our final score tonight, Bishop Garrigan 66, Newman Catholic 58.